Just do a little intro. This episode is brought to you by Grime by Accurate, available on all platforms. Go check that shit out, man. That shit is everywhere. And also, you can also check out Accurate's full catalog on all platforms too. That's right. It is available everywhere. So go check that shit out. And now we will start. Welcome to the Puras Pendejadas podcast. I am Rob D, and I have a special guest with me today, my sister again, Diana.
Again.
Again,
Hello, hello.
she is back in town, um, and yeah, man, we just been spending time together, with the family and stuff. Been trying to do some activities, but also enjoy the time off. I
Yeah.
guess you know what I
Yeah.
mean. So we've been trying to have a little bit of fun here, but also some relaxing time and stuff like that. So
Movies, a lot of shows.
a lot of show, a lot of binging. But yeah. So how's it been?
It's been good.
She's been.
it,
So you've been here for what, 2 weeks already, right?
yeah.
And
Oh, I
today is your official
last day.
last full day,
Mm-hmm.
and then you leave tomorrow.
Tomorrow very early.
Uh,
Bitch. I need
okay.
it. Like early.
Um. So yeah. So how'd the trip come over here? You flew over here, right?
Yeah, I flew again. It was good the first half from Lubbock to Dallas Fort Worth. From Fort Worth, I think it was like a 4 hour delay.
Oh
Um,
yeah, that's right.
but yeah, I was supposed to get here around 3, I believe,
Yeah.
and then I got here around what 5, which
Ye-
makes sense for the 2 hour delay.
Yeah, I think so. 6, no? Anyways,
Around there,
5, or I got there at 6, something like that.
around there. It was very because you have to like pay attention
Yeah,
and
yeah.
like just sitting around your um, what's it called? I was gonna say station.
Oh, where you wait
Yeah,
for your flight?
yeah, like around there, and then it
Yeah,
was already packed. So just finding a little nook to wait,
yeah.
but still being alert.
You were talking about the differences in airports, huh? Like from Lubbock and
Oh
then
yeah,
the Dallas one and then the one here. How the one in Dallas, right, is like the biggest.
I've heard it's the biggest. I mean, I think that's the biggest one I've been to.
Yeah.
Probably now because I went to Austin before,
Uh-huh.
and I think that was my
The
uh
biggest.
my first time being at that airport.
Mm.
And yeah, I remember I was like, what? Because I landed in like, I don't know, the letter C, and then I had to go to B. So it's like a whole different thing. Oh, yeah. And then it was my first time taking the Skyline,
Oh yeah, yeah,
which
yeah.
is like
Tell
a
that story.
train.
Yeah. So she didn't. So you didn't know, right? You didn't know. You didn't know it was free.
Yeah. That's why last time I actually walked. Like it was like a bridge and it was super empty
Yeah.
because it was just me. And I was like, wait, I feel like I could take something else
So you had to take the
to not.
long walk.
Yeah. I mean, I had time. That's why I didn't worry about it. I was like, I rather
Yeah.
walk. That's fine
Yeah.
because I didn't know the Skyline was free.
And what is the skyline for pendejos like me that didn't know before? Yo creo que era una línea en el cielo, güey. Like you took it. How do you take
How
that?
do you take the line?
Yeah.
It's like a train, basically taking you from one station. I don't know what from one terminal to
Terminal.
another.
There you
Yeah,
go.
that's the word I was looking for. So I landed on Terminal B, and then uh, my other terminal from Dallas Fort Worth to El Paso was D.
Yeah.
So I was like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
So the first thing I did was I was kind of looking, paying attention to the numbers and letters and how it was diminishing where I was going. And I was like, you know what? I feel like I'm going to be walking around a lot. And there wasn't a lot of spacing between, like, from my landing to my next flight.
Yeah.
So I was like, I'm just going to ask someone that works like in a store,
Yeah.
random store. And I was like, hi, by any chance, do you know where Terminal D is? D21. It was. And then she was really nice. She was like, right ahead. She basically told me like, right ahead, go
Like,
ahead
turn
and
around, it's right there.
go straight ahead until D14. D14, turn right, and then there you're gonna go all the way straight. Go to the elevator. You're gonna be up, and then you're just gonna wait for the skyline. And I was like, and then my head was just like trying to make a map. So my head was like, okay, 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 okay. And
Yeah.
then here, and then just wait here. And I was like, okay. So she said skyline, and I had seen that before, and I was like, oh, it's gonna ask me to pay. But then I was like, I mean, fuck it. If I need to pay, I need to pay. That's fine.
Yeah.
But I didn't ask her, which was my mistake because I was gonna be like, oh shit.
Oh, I thought you asked her.
I didn't ask if you paid
So how'd you find out?
because I was already there and no one asked.
You're pues con
Well,
permiso.
because it was as soon as I turned right to the D14 that she said, and she said take the elevator, but then I was like, is the elevator available because it wasn't open? And I was like, should I go? Should I press or I don't know. But then in front of it was the escalator. So I was like, should I is it the same thing? Is it taking me to the same thing? I don't know.
Right.
But then I was like, it should. I don't know. It's because she said up and she said elevator. So I was like, they're both taking me up. Maybe I'll get to the same place that she's telling me.
Yeah.
You see, as soon as I went up on the elevator, escalator, sorry, it's like a whole waiting area, like
Yeah.
a big hallway.
Yeah.
And then to the right and left, you see the skyline passing by. So it's not just one, it's several.
Yeah.
But as soon as I got there, I saw that it was between numbers. So D something through D something. And I was like, wait, D21. Okay, yeah. So it would be this one. But I just wanted to make sure. And I took time to look at the map that it had there to actually see where I'm at and where I want to go.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then the skyline left. And I was like, it was this one. But then later on the intercom, it said, next stop will be in a minute. And I was like, oh, that's not long of a wait. So I was like, oh, okay, I guess. So I just waited there a minute, literally, and it just opened. People came out, and then the people that left the seats, it's not a lot of seats, just like on the edges.
Yeah.
And the people that left their seats, right? So the people that were standing up took the seats. So there
Okay.
was more space to hold on, and there's
Yeah.
like poles. So it literally looked like a subway from the movies in New York.
Okay.
And I was like, oh, okay, cool. So I was like, and then at the time that I was going in, this other girl came in at the same time too. And I think we were looking at the same pole to hang on to. And she beat me to it. So I was like, oh, so on the side, there was one, like a long pole, and I was like, oh, I'll just grab myself here. But I didn't look comfortable. Like I didn't feel comfortable either. So I think she noticed.
So describe the pole. So the pole that you guys were fighting over. I'm just playing. The initial pole was up and down, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Now she beat you to it.
Yeah.
So you're like, robot, back up.
So
and
I looked back and I was like, oh, okay, there's one here.
But there it was horizontal.
Yeah.
Okay.
And it was kind of low. It was like an awkward.
Sorry, I could just picture you.
It was like an awkward height. It was like not, I guess like waist high.
Lower than waist.
I said that one.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I was like, okay. So I just turned and I grabbed on, but I think she noticed how awkward I was.
You
holding.
were standing.
Yeah. I was standing.
Okay.
How I was holding it, and then she looked at me, and I looked at her. And I was like, oh, and she's like, you can hold on to the pole if you want, and I was like, oh, okay. And I just stood there because I didn't know what to do because she didn't move her hand because she's like, and it was like right where
Like
I would put my hand.
Yeah, like comfort.
Yeah, comfort level.
Like default right here.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
So I just laughed because I was like, she's not moving, so it was gonna be awkward if I just put my hand over her.
Yeah.
And I wasn't gonna be comfortable either. And mind you, I have my Adidas bag on my right shoulder, so I was like already a little off.
Oh, okay.
So I wasn't gonna go like this.
So your Adidas and for this is where
yeah,
a
it gets a
camera
little bit, yeah.
a camera would come in handy, but just to paint the picture. So you have a gym bag,
Yeah.
right? And that's hanging over your right shoulder,
Mm-hmm.
and then the pole and everything is on your left
Mm-hmm.
side.
So it kind of evened out, but I wasn't, I
Comfortable?
guess, ready for liftoff.
Oh yeah, that's funny. Okay, okay.
And I think that's why
Y
she
te
offered.
vio,
Yeah.
and like, no, está.
Me vio la cara de.
Es nueva, es nueva.
Sí. No,
Pobrecita.
literally, because I didn't know how fast it was going to go.
So
So
describe that.
that's when I still. Oh, so I just laughed, right? When she offered. And then I was just standing there, just like waiting because were still coming in. Thank God it wasn't that, ¿cómo se dice? Packed.
Packed, yeah.
So, so I didn't take her offer, and she's like, no, honestly, like, if you want, you could hold on. And I was like, it's my first time taking this. Like, I don't know.
Yeah.
Let's say, oh, then you might want to hold on because it's kind of fast or kind of quick.
And that's where it's
And
like,
then she's like, well,
ding.
at least for me.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
I was like, okay. So I just did, my left hand went over her, and I was like, I guess. And then I think she kind of slowly went a little bit down so that it won't be as awkward for me. And I was like, okay. Y en eso rápido se fue la pinche skyline. It took off, and I was like, oh shit. And I just looked back and still like holding the pole, and I was like, I could feel the what's it called?
The force?
Yeah, like the force of the skyline counter. Is that what it's called?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
So literally, I can't show it, obviously.
Yeah.
But think. So when it went, I was like, okay, so I need to kind of lean forward so that I won't go all the way back. But then forward as in sideways, because I was like this, and then like this, and then en eso da pinches vueltas, like not loops obviously, but like turns, and the turns are kind of like
Sharp.
yeah, like super sharp. So the first thing I did was like kind of like hang on, and then I just saw myself kind of going like that, leaning forward so that I won't go back.
So she's leaning forward against the force of the skyline.
And then meanwhile, I'm kind of trying to figure it out. I was like, okay, so I need to do this, and then like I was trying to like my core.
Pinche core workout.
Because I was like, okay, I don't want to look like an idiot. Everyone's like, oh no, like still talking, sitting down, and then I turn around to my left, and there's like this cute guy, and I was like, oh, this is awkward. I was like, I'm okay.
Everybody that's experienced has like a 12-pack and shit.
Even her, she's all
Yeah.
no, leaning forward, she's all
Yeah.
and then like across from me is like this man, and it was awkward because I was like trying to figure everything out, and I was just like, okay, I need to calm down. And then when I leaned forward when they were doing the sharp turn, I was just like looking at him because I was like, and then he just took out his phone and started looking at his phone. I was like, this is so awkward.
You're
I was like,
all
where do
sorry.
I look? Because I was like, oh, how pretty. And go, boom. Because in the back, there's like this huge window. But then I was like, okay. I was like, is it going to be this? Like, how long is it going to take?
Yeah.
But no, it was pretty quick.
Fucking fast as shit. Right?
It was quicker than I thought it was gonna be. At least I wasn't ready for the quickness.
Yeah.
At least
That was funny when you first told me that story.
and it was like, well, when did as soon as I got there, right on our way to your house.
Oh yeah.
That was funny.
And then so then you go through there, you get to your terminal, right?
Yeah.
And you're early, or you're on time?
No, I'm early.
You're early.
As soon as I find the D21 terminal, there's a lot of people, and I was like, huh. And I looked at the screen, and it said to Florida, and I was like, is it this one? Is it not? It says D21. Oh, because when I landed, I got a text of an update that the terminal changed.
Oh.
It was still D, but it was just a different number. So I was a little like, I still want to. I'm one of those people that still ask just in case. Like if it says D21, I'm like, but it doesn't say to El Paso. So I was like, I don't know. But I
Yeah.
am early, but then I'd rather be early than late.
Sí, sí, no te pasa un pinche Home Alone.
Oh, no. Kevin's not here.
Yeah. For real.
And then I know that they actually call your name out in the intercom.
Really?
Yeah. Like, once your flight is leaving, it's like, can we have blah, blah, blah to terminal? Da,
They're
da,
all,
da.
Diana. Ándale, Diana, deja esa camisa ahí, Diana.
No, la hamburguesa.
La pinche hamburguesa. Oh, that's right. That's right.
Yeah.
That's right. So then, okay, so then you get off the Skyline, and what do you do first? Do you hit up the Whataburger or do you bump into that lady first?
Oh, no, I went to the Whataburger.
Okay.
So as soon as I got to the terminal that was D21
Right.
and I saw that it wasn't to El Paso, I was like, maybe I'm a little bit early, but I still kind of wanted to ask.
Pero
The
primero,
lady,
tengo hambre.
no, the lady, I was waiting and then I didn't even say anything. I just came up to her, to the desk, and then she's like, not right now, blah, blah, blah. And I was like, okay.
The lady of the terminal?
Yeah. It was a different one. It was obviously the one for Florida.
Ah.
But she was kind of busy and I didn't say anything. I was just
Yeah.
going to wait there anyway. But I think I just said like, excuse me. And she's like, as soon as I got there, so she beat me to it. She's
Yeah.
like, not right now. I'll be right with you. Or not even that. She was a little bit rude. And I was like, oh, okay. So I'll wait here. And then like random people go up to her and start asking her questions. And I was like, so should I be more assertive? I don't know.
Look, bitch.
Yeah, I was like, I was here first. But
Yeah.
then, yeah, I kind of felt bad because it was a girl. You could tell they were brothers or they were siblings because it was a older girl with two little kids. And I was
Oh.
like, oh, I guess.
Yeah.
And then they left. They were talking, blah, blah, blah. And then they left. And this other guy just like literally straight to her and this and that, blah, blah, blah. And I was like, what the fuck? And I was like, nah, good chingados. I think I'm good.
Yeah.
So I was like, whatever. I'm hungry. I haven't eaten anything. So I'll find some food. I was kind of looking around. All of the lines were long. I was like, I'll get
Ew.
Subway. I don't know. I saw a Whataburger sign and I was going towards it. And so the only entrance that I saw was the restroom. And I was like, wait,
What
so
the hell?
what? So I looked across and the entrance was on the other side. So they had the sign, I guess,
To the
letting people know that it's there, but there's no entrance there. And I was like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
So I went to the other side. I waited there. Took a long time.
In line?
Yeah.
Fuck.
People started to leave and I was like, pues mejor yo, ya chingue.
Yeah.
Pero no, todavía.
Te
like,
chingaron.
yeah. And
So then what happened? Basically there you just,
I mean, I ate.
you
but I
were
was
saying that
just
it
felt-
was crap, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I've heard, I haven't really been to airports like that, but I've
Mhm.
heard it's either one way or the other. Because I've heard
Mhm.
like some places they have restaurants, like actual
Oh, yeah.
restaurants.
Mhm. They
And
have
you-
like a patio and
Yeah,
then
like you think like, oh, okay, there's a fucking,
Mm.
Applebee's, pues se van a dejar caer.
Mhm.
But then I guess for fast
Fast food.
food, it's like,
Like, toma, ándale.
literally, yeah.
Mhm.
Um,
I finished and everything, pero I just wanted to leave. I was like,
Yeah.
bueno, además de que I felt rushed.
all right, because you had to keep in mind your flight.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like I was close by. That's why I kind of stayed around around the terminal that I was at.
Yeah,
To not be too far.
yeah. So
But,
then, okay, you leave the Whataburger. Is that when you bump into the lady?
I was already sitting down by the terminal little lounge area.
Uh-huh.
And then I was just watching YouTube. There was a little bit of signal and it went like on and off.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
And then there was a lot of delays. So I kept getting like text after text after text that it's update delayed, flight delayed. It's supposed to be at 3. So like 3:30, 3:45, 4, 4:15. So I was like,
Yeah.
yeah, and I wanted like a little snack.
Yeah.
So I was like, there's like a 7-Eleven little store right across, like right across from where I was sitting.
Yeah.
But I still had my gym bag. So I was like, what do I do? There's this lady that was taking a nap. Like, she looked comfy. Like, she looked like she was knocked out. But then when I wanted to go across the 7-Eleven, she was a little bit awake. She was already awake. And then I was like, nah, chinga su madre. So I stood up and just asked her if she could watch my bag. She's like, oh, no, sí, sí. Está bien. And I was like, okay, thank you. Voy a ir aquí I'm gonna go right across. No, yeah. I got the stuff. What did I get? Got the gummy nerds,
Uh-huh.
Tic Tacs, and
Oh, the white ones that you've been offering everybody?
yeah,
Oh, nice.
and se los dejo de recuerdo.
I just autograph them.
Oh, and a chocolate protein bar. So ya regresé and I was like, oh, thank you. Oh, no, sí está bien. And then later on, she moved a little bit like next to me, like closer to me because there was un enchufe to charge your phone.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, oh, okay, that's why she came a little bit closer. And then I asked her, I was like, ¿va a ir al Paso? And then she's like, oh, que quién sabe qué, blah, blah, blah. She kind of tried talking to me in English while I was already starting a conversation in Spanish because of the way that she responded to me while I was going to when I was going to go across the corner store
Let's see.
was in Spanish. And I was like, oh, so she talks in Spanish. That's cool. I could actually have a conversation with her.
Yeah.
Which kind of feels nice because I don't practice my Spanish as much anymore.
Oh, yeah, you were
Back
saying
in Lubbock.
Yeah.
So whenever I do bump into people that do talk Spanish, I'm like, hey, okay, I can help you, blah, blah. So we actually have a conversation. And helps me out not to forget my Spanish at least.
Yeah.
But yeah, so she was charging her phone. She was telling me that her phone didn't have internet. And I was like, oh, pues yo tengo hotspot. Yo creo le puedo ayudar. I could probably help you out and pass you my hotspot, blah, blah, blah. Y luego I don't think it clicked for her that I was talking to her in Spanish because I had the first dialogue that we had was in English.
Yeah.
For me, from my side. And she went like, habla español, blah, blah, blah. And I was like, sí, sí. Me dice, ay, qué bueno. She sounded so relieved and seemed so relieved. And I was like, oh.
Yeah.
That's probably how I would have felt too if I didn't know English as much. So it felt nice. And then, yeah, we were trying to get her like internet signal because that's the way she was trying to communicate to her family back at home and this and that. So yeah, al último, she figured out to turn off and back on the airplane mode.
Oh, yeah.
And that's how we got the internet. And I literally just typed in her flight number and her flight information came up. Because it was where she was going to go.
Yeah, yeah. So for anybody that doesn't know that is going to take flights or hardly takes flights, you said if you put your flight number into Google search, it all the information comes up.
Yeah.
So I thought that was pretty cool.
Yeah.
I was like, what the fuck?
I wonder if people already know and they're like, dumbass.
Yeah, but I mean, los que vuelan, sí, pinches ricos cabrones. But like us, that's like...
Once in a while, it's like...
You're like, what? Like, yeah, this has been around,
I was surprised.
bro.
I was surprised because she knew. I was like, damn,
yeah, so
that's
she's
cool.
She's probably like a frequent flyer.
Yeah. She's like, no, ponga esto. And she, one of those like people that kind of take over your phone and start typing. And I was like,
Yeah.
I was like, don't turn my phone. Yeah. But
Lady,
I knew.
back off.
But I knew she meant well. So I was like, okay, yeah, go ahead.
She's like, así, Diana.
No, yeah, like very...
assertive.
Yeah, assertive, and she was insisting.
Yeah.
She's like, no haga esto, que no ponga así, y que...
Yo, lady, I got this shit.
Yeah. But I didn't. Yeah, so it was cool. She proved me right. I mean, wrong?
Wrong. Yeah, wrong. Yeah, she was right.
Yeah, but yeah, so she... had a layover of hours in
Oh
between.
yeah. So talk
She
about
had
that.
been there for hours already.
She had been
Um,
there early
yeah. Well,
in the morning, or
around 10,
yeah.
I think.
And
10
when
or
was her? At what
11.
time was her flight?
Her 8.
At 8 o'clock. And when you were telling me this story, we were heading
This,
home. It was 7, and we are like, she's
she's not
still
even.
there.
Yeah. Yeah, you're like, she's still waiting.
Yeah, I
I
was
was
like,
like, yeah.
damn.
Yeah. And this interaction with her happened around 3 or 4,
Yeah.
somewhere around there. And I was like, ay, güey. I was like, no, todavía le falta. And he said, no, sí. So yeah, we found out that her terminal was actually like a few spots away. It
Oh,
was
okay.
she was sitting around D21 where I was,
Yeah.
and her terminal location was like D18, D19 was a
Oh,
few
okay.
spots away. Le digo, pues está bien cerquitas, no, pues aquí quédese. And I told her because we where we were waiting at right above us was the screen, the huge screen where it
Oh,
tells you
okay.
all of the flight and the flight number, the time and everything.
Mhm.
But that's one of the things that they had told her, like quédese ahí, nomás póngase trucha.
Oh, that's why she was there to keep an eye
Yeah,
on the sign.
to keep an eye on the sign,
Oh,
to
okay.
see like at what time, if they change or anything. But she was already getting stressed like hours before her flight. So I was like, no, no, no,
Shit,
like
dude.
no se preocupe. These things happen like that. So, like
Yeah.
when it comes closer to the time that your flight is at, then be a little bit stressed
Yeah.
if it changes.
It's like, dude, you got hours to go. Build your tolerance.
Yeah, yeah.
Damn. So
But
then, yeah, right. You ended up leaving.
she remembered my name too.
Really?
Yeah, like because I was already leaving because they were already calling my seat around my seat number and stuff.
Yeah.
And then no, pues mucho gusto. Like she cut me out. She's like, mucho gusto, Diana, blah, blah, blah. And I was like, ay, güey. Digo, ¿cómo se llama? No, le dije, ¿cómo se llama otra vez? Y yeah, she told me it was a very, I don't want to say like Spanish name,
Yeah. Yeah.
like very different.
Yeah.
And I didn't remember. I'm really bad with names and titles and uh,
I don't know.
movies and stuff. So I didn't
Jesucita.
remember.
No.
No,
Margarita.
no, I would have remembered that because I've heard those names.
Oh, like more like
Yeah.
Eruberta or something like that.
That's something I wouldn't remember, so maybe.
Yeah. Okay.
So she's like, Diana, ¿verdad? Yo sí me acuerdo de su nombre. And I was like, oh, okay. Y yeah, she came out. She's like, que tenga, what's the proper thing to say, like when they're going to flights in Spanish? Like, or trips. It's like, que tenga buen viaje, blah, blah, blah. And then she cut me out, and I think that's what I was going to say.
Yeah.
Because it's like very natural. It comes out very natural. And I was like, see, que Dios la bendiga.
Yeah.
And then I left, and I was like, I don't ever say that.
Yeah.
So I was like, okay. She beat me to it, so.
Yeah.
But yeah, I was just standing in line waiting.
That's cool.
And then I waited. We waited. My flight, you know, kids inside.
Oh yeah, that's what you're saying too.
Sucks.
That's the first thing you said. I think that you're like, dude, it was the
'Cause at the
delays, and then there was kids. I was like, oh,
And then in the plane, we were still waiting.
fuck.
They're like, no, yeah, sorry for the delay, blah blah blah, this and that. Oh, the thing was that they had changed. They switched planes, but then once they got the plane, they noticed that they had a lot of gas.
Oh yeah, that's right.
What's the proper way?
Fuel.
Fuel. So they had to let fuel out for it to be the right amount and right what's it called? Peso.
Yeah, the right weight.
Right way when we landed.
Yeah. Ain't that
And I was like,
I want that
mean,
problem.
That makes sense.
¿Sabes qué, güey? Tengo mucha gas. Déjame saco el tanque. And they're over here like, oh, guys, wait. Oh, you guys have been
and then
waiting.
the thing is that they were nice about it, but then don't say a time frame either, because we were already in there. We had already waited so many delays inside, And then they're like, yeah, it'll just take about 5 to 10 minutes. And I was like, oh, thank God, okay. And then the kid started to cry, and then a baby, and then I don't know. It was kind of cute though. One of the kids was a little bit older, and you could tell he was trying to cope.
He's all
He's like,
guys.
bah, 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 bah. It was cute.
Yeah.
And he would be like, the baby, blah blah blah. Like
Yeah.
he's all telling on the baby. It's his sister. um, but yeah, it took a long. It was more than 5 to 10 minutes, or at least it felt. I don't know.
Yeah.
I didn't look at my phone. I was just like over it. I just put my.
Oh yeah.
I turned off.
You turned off.
And then I couldn't. I keep forgetting to download like podcast or music, so that when I do fly, I could just put on airplane mode and I can actually listen to whatever I wanted to listen.
Yeah.
So I hadn't, and I was like, voy a ser pendeja, and I'm just gonna put the earphones on so no one.
You're all nodding your head.
Yeah.
Nada, nada.
Nothing.
Yeah, but those are the things that, like, since we don't frequent flying,
Yeah.
we don't remember
Yeah.
or know like all these things that we could do at that moment in time. It's like,
And it's one of those little things that it's
Yeah.
like, darn it.
yeah, no, I get it.
But now that I remember, I need to download something.
Yeah, before you leave.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then so you ended up getting here, pinche Kobe todo marinado en el airplane.
Yeah, for real.
And then
It was getting a little bit hot too.
is,
The flight was pretty though. It was kind of cloudy.
mhm.
And then one of those times I got so like creeped out because like when you see movies that they're going through clouds,
Oh yeah.
that shit looked cool.
Yeah,
And I was
right.
at a window,
Oh.
so I was like, "What happened?"
Yeah, yeah.
I was recording. I was taking a video, and then de la nada it was just like white, and I was like, "Oh wait, we're in a cloud."
Yeah.
This is what in a cloud means.
Yeah,
being in
yeah.
a cloud, and I was like, ah.
Yeah, I think Idris had asked me. They were asking me about, because we were talking about traveling,
Mm-hmm.
and I think Idris asked me, do planes fly in clouds?
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, yeah. He's like, they do, and I was like, yeah. And then I was telling him how I when I was a kid, how I flew, and did you guys go through a cloud? I was like, yeah. What is it like? And and I was like, no, it's just
You just look.
yeah, you just see it and then you don't.
You just see it.
I think I remember a little bit of turbulence. I think.
We did have a bit of turbulence
Yeah,
too.
like through the cloud, like, oh, that's a cloud. Oh, okay.
Mhm.
Y luego, yeah, but Idris was like, what? You could go through clouds.
Yeah.
I want to go.
Oh.
Yeah, so I was like, oh shit. A ver qué nos sale.
Mm-hmm.
So then you got here, and the day you got here, we didn't do anything, right?
No. No.
No.
Because I got here. and
Llegaste y todavía
then-
estaba el sol.
Yeah, it was still bright out.
Yeah.
Uh,
Yeah, the sun was still out, but we didn't really do anything.
did we do some errands?
I don't remember.
Yes.
We did?
No. You had just come from an errand.
That's what it was. I was running around, and then it's like, and then you're like, I'm here, and I was like, fuck. And then the traffic,
Mhm.
because it was around 5 o'clock, so it's
Mhm.
like rush hour, and I was like, it was just building. That's what it was. It was
Mhm.
just building, and yeah, I was telling you how the airport. Remember?
Oh yeah, how it was before.
Yeah, that the way it is now, it's like that's quote unquote new.
Mm-hmm.
But what I was telling you is that they were working on that shit for a long time, for years.
Mm.
And were you telling me or that they were gonna make it? Oh no, something about they were gonna make a skyline. Remember? You were
You said
talking.
that?
You were talking about the skyline that you went through, and I was
Uh-huh.
telling you. I think they were talking about making one here, something like that.
Okay. Yeah.
And yeah, that's what it was. But yeah, like back when we were kids, when we were traveling, I remember, I think towards the end of it all, the construction starting, and like it was a mess, a fucking mess. It was a pain in the ass. Y lo cuando acabaron, that years later when I had passed by, I was like, ¿qué? I was like, this is it. I was like, fuck, man, like it's un pinche rebrujo de todos modos, güey.
Yeah. It's
I was
not
like-
clear.
Yeah, I was like, whatever. I'm not here often anyway, so
Yeah.
you just have to live with it.
Mm-hmm.
So then, what was the first thing we did when you were here? Because I know you started catching up on shows that we were watching,
Yes.
right? What was it? The Wilds. Oh, Yellow
Oh, I
Jackets.
started watching those Yellow Jackets and the Wilds.
Yes.
I finished the Yellow Jackets. That was a good one.
Yeah, that was really good. Yeah, I recommend. That's a really recommendable show.
In Amazon or Prime?
No, that one's tricky.
Oh yes,
That
it gives
one's
you
tricky.
the first two episodes free, and then you gotta download
Yeah,
and pay.
motherfuckers. So
But
what?
you have
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah. So we watched it anyways. But they have the first two episodes of Yellow Jackets on Prime, but then that's when they hook you, and if you want to see the rest, you got to get it on Showtime, I believe. Um, and that one we started watching. We're clearing out the garage here, so we just had it playing and stuff, and we got hooked.
Yellow Jackets?
Yeah,
Oh,
Yellow
okay.
Jackets, right?
Yeah.
So then we're like, oh man, we can't see it, right at that time. It's like, damn it, it's not on Prime. Then Diana started looking for other shows, and that's when she found The Wilds. So we started watching that one, and then we're like, hey, this is kind of like the one we were just watching. You know, the whole Stranded and whatever.
Yeah.
And then after that,
It's basically that.
it's
Both
basically
of
that,
them.
but then they like split up.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's like, oh, okay, they each have their own. Tienen su onda.
Mm-hmm.
And I think I would recommend that still, that show, if people are looking for like just something to watch, but it um is this who I got turned off from it. You know what I mean?
From the Wilds?
Yeah, The Wilds. I was a little cuz but again, I haven't seen everything. So as soon as I
Yeah.
found out a certain thing happened, I was like, eh.
Yeah.
But to me, I think what didn't help too is that I was so focused on like clearing shit up in here
Mm-hmm.
that I was like, I could not see this. I could not see to where with Yellow Jackets, los dos estamos aquí así like, wait. You know what I mean? So I was like,
With the Wilds, I think you were able to multitask. In Yellow
Yeah.
Jackets, you were too hooked that
Yeah.
it was like,
Yeah.
no.
So I was okay with missing it and stuff like that. And then what we saw a few movies, man.
Yeah, we've seen.
Yeah.
Well, during the week, we didn't do anything until Thursday or Friday.
Oh yeah, I think it was Thursday because it was
Last
during the
Thursday.
week. It was during the week still.
Mm-hmm.
So Thursday we went to the zoo, and
It was really hot.
it was hot as shit. Oh yeah, so we went to the zoo, and in good old our fashion, they have a fucking schedule,
Yeah.
and we're like, okay, from this time to this time. By the time we end up getting ready, by the time we wake up, end up getting ready, we head out,
Eat breakfast.
eat breakfast, all this stuff. We ended up having, I think we had like an hour, right?
Yeah.
An hour, a good solid hour at the zoo. And I was like,
So they stopped selling tickets 1 hour before they
yes.
closed.
And we got there probably like 15 minutes before that time or
Mhm.
10 minutes, something
Yeah,
like
I think
that.
we had like 10 minutes to spare.
Yeah, so then we get there, and in my head, I'm thinking, I think we could do the zoo in an hour.
Mm-hmm.
I really do.
They're like,
So-
an hour?
Yeah, because it's like there's not much to do,
Yeah.
but at the same time, it's like we don't have time to linger either.
Yeah.
So
It's
right
just
away,
look.
yeah. I think what helped too is that some of the animals weren't outside
Yeah.
because it was fucking hot.
So there
man.
wasn't a lot that we could actually watch.
Yeah, so it's like, oh look, this is where. Oh, they're not there. Come on, let's keep on. And it's just like
Mhm.
go. So we moved around, and then I was looking at the time, and I was like, wait a minute, I think we could actually knock this shit out.
Mm-hmm.
And I think everybody had a good time, really.
Yeah.
Once everybody noticed, like, oh no, we're
We're
good.
good. Yeah.
And then they had some sections closed off.
Mhm.
They're doing construction.
Yeah, I didn't know that. I
Yeah,
didn't know they were.
I didn't know that either. And then
Well, it had been years since I had gone
yeah.
to the zoo. Years.
Yeah.
Probably high school. Not even high
Really?
school. Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
I thought you went with us.
Never.
No,
I don't think so.
I think we went last year. I think, and
Definitely did not go with you guys.
no?
No.
so we went through and stuff. And one of the big things with Idris is he went last month
Oh yeah, he did.
for school, but before that he had gone with his grandma and Haley And of course, they have the reptile section and all this other
Mm.
shit. Hizo un cirquito allí because he's like, I don't want to go. It's dark,
Oh,
blah blah.
Idris?
Yeah, he
Oh.
had a fucking little
That's
meltdown.
why he was a little bit more on the
Yeah,
edge. But he
but
did really good.
well, yeah,
Well,
thanks
after
thanks
three
to his
tries.
thanks to his teacher, because when we heard that they were gonna go to the zoo, um, Diana reached out to the teacher and said, "Look, do you mind just maybe just holding his hand?" And his teacher is the shit, man. I give her so much props.
Mm.
And that's for another episode because she is what he needed.
Mm.
He's a very particular type of person, and we were very apprehensive at first
Mm.
because we saw how she was and we're like, oh,
Mm.
but it ended up helping. You know
Mm.
what I mean? It ended up helping a lot. And pues yeah, by the end of the school year, like,
Yeah,
they
Idris
were like
really
this.
attached to her.
Oh hell yeah! So le preguntó Diana, la teacher, like, do you mind? He may have. If not, can you just like stand outside with him? Because I don't think he'd want to go. Whatever, whatever. And she wrote back and she's like, yeah, sure, no problem. I think I have another student or two that are requesting the same thing. I have no problem with that. And me and her were like, whoo, thank
Mm-hmm.
God, man. And she was sending us pictures the whole
Oh, that's
time.
cute.
Yeah, and she was updating us. He did great, and I held his hand, and he said that he didn't want to look up. I think while they went through the dark stuff,
Oh,
um, look up or open his eyes, something like that. And she was like, "That's fine, that's fine. Just
go through.
yeah, just go through." And so yeah, he went through and everything was awesome. So by the time we went,
Mm-hmm.
he was already like, y sí me dijo, because he was holding my hand, y me dijo, I'm scared, I'm nervous.
Oh.
Y le dije, that's fine. Just do what you did with Miss Lara. Just if you want to just look at the ground, that's fine. If you want to go in and close your eyes, I'll guide you. You don't have to open your eyes. You don't have to do anything you don't want, but we're going through this.
Mm-hmm.
And he said, okay, Dad, I'm going to be brave and I'm going to go through.
Oh.
I was like, okay, cool. So the whole time we're going through, and he's like, oh, I'm so nervous right before we open the doors.
Mm-hmm.
And we went in. It's like, look, it's fine. You do whatever you want.
Mm-hmm.
And Haley would like, look, Idris. And he's like,
I don't
mm,
wanna
yeah, like,
look.
espérate, güey. And I was like, just give him his time and whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, he ended up opening his eyes solo.
Mm-hmm.
He
For
wouldn't get,
several of them
yeah,
too.
he wouldn't get too close, but he would like be cautious looking into the
Mm-hmm.
windows, like, oh, what's there? Oh, look, that's a monkey, that's a snake, that's a this, that's a
Mm-hmm.
lizard or whatever. And he would just like, okay. But he did way better than like before, where he would just like
Mm.
freak and like, I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear it. I want to get out. I want to get out.
Yeah.
So I was really proud of him. But again, super props to the teacher because she
Mm.
made him feel comfortable. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, we had a great time, man. In the end, my wife ended up surprising all of us, really,
Yeah, I didn't think she
because
was gonna
we passed by at the kind of beginning ish. We passed by the, what's that shit called?
fountain.
The little water park thingy that they have.
Yeah. Little section.
Yeah, and we just look at the kids like lucky fuckers,
Yeah.
because it was hot, man.
Yeah, but then it was really packed.
Yeah, yeah. So then, yeah, towards the end, we're like, you know what? We need one more section. I don't think we're gonna be able to make it,
Yeah.
right? And then the kids got on the jungle gym.
Yeah.
Remember they got?
Twice.
I think so.
They kind of lingered a while.
It's like this big tree, but
Mm-hmm.
it's like a jungle gym. It's really cool. That's what it was. It's either they get on that or we finish.
Oh, that got it.
Yeah. So it's like, you know what? Fuck it. Just let them
Mm-hmm.
go. So they went, and yeah, by the time they were done, the fucking water park thingy is right
Mm-hmm.
there,
Next to it.
right next to it. And yeah, Diana was like, "You guys want to go through?" And Haley and Idris were like, "What?" And I was like, "What the fuck?" And she's like, "Yeah, just go run through."
Mm-hmm.
And we're like, all right, go ahead." And they ran through. They got wet, and then Diana's like, "Fuck it, I'm going."
He's like,
And
I'm going.
I
I was
was
like,
like,
what?
"What the fuck?" And then she looked at me. She's like, "Go, you won't regret it." And I
Mm-hmm.
was like, "Fuck it," because it was hot, man.
Yeah.
And y había llovido también, so estaba húmedo.
Mm-hmm.
Y parecía que iba a llover, remember?
Oh yeah, it was really cloudy.
Yeah, so I was like, fuck it. So I went through and I was like, oh, hell yeah. And
Mm-hmm.
then they kicked us out.
Yeah, and that's what happened.
Yeah, the guy was like, oh, guys, we're going to be closing. Okay, whatever. And then later on, he like, Diana, I think, heard him raise his voice or something like that. Because she turned around. She's like, oh, they're serious. We got to leave.
Yeah, because he was very persistent.
Yeah.
But I get it. I get it.
Yeah.
Eh.
And then what
It's
was
just
funny?
from our point. It's like, ugh, pinche
Yeah.
mamon.
Yeah. And one of the things I was telling Diana too, like when we were leaving the jungle gym and going to a little water area,
Mhm.
habían unas señoras sentadas.
Mhm.
Y I heard one of them say, "Ay, qué rico aquí sentados hasta las 5."
Vámonos.
And it's like I
Oh.
guess they were gonna kill time there or whatever because it was
Yeah.
nice and shady. It was breezy in the shade, right?
Yeah.
So I guess they're like, "Ay, qué suave aquí hasta las 5 or this and that." And I walk past them and I'm thinking to myself, "Lady, you got like 15 minutes. You do
Mhm.
not got until 5 o'clock."
No, yeah, because from I think it was Monday through Thursday they close at 3,
Yeah,
and then the weekend they still till 5.
yeah,
So I guess they thought
yeah,
it was the same hours
yeah.
as the weekend.
So the guy comes up to them and tells them like,
Váyanse.
we're closing or whatever, and she's like, like all like motherfucker, and she's like, que no cierran a las 5? He's all, no man, we close at 3
3.
today. And then she's just like, and he kept walking. I was like, oh, nice one.
Yeah.
Because you could tell she was like, motherfucker, you
Con
got your shit
actitud.
wrong.
Yeah.
And he's like,
Sassy.
no, it's 3. And just kept on walking. I was like, nice, nice. Y nomás se quedó con la palabra en la
En la
boca.
boca.
Like, and
Sí.
looking around like,
¿Qué les voy a decir?
yeah, like, let's go, guys. Like, fuck.
Mhm.
But we had a really good time, surprisingly. I thought we were gonna be rushed and shit like that, but no.
It was not as rushed as I thought we were gonna be.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, what helps is that it's small, there's only,
Yeah.
y como te
Y
digo,
no, yeah.
no había, some of the animals weren't there.
Yeah, they weren't out there.
So, but the kids had a fucking blast.
It was fun.
Yeah, they had fun. Um, and then later on, I remember what we did. We probably went out to eat or something. And then, what else did we do? And then, pues, yeah, Saturday was the boys' party.
Mhm.
We had a fucking blast.
Yeah, it was fun.
Yeah, man, it was fucking awesome, man. And that's the whole reason why you were down here, right?
Yes. So Lisa, what is she for me?
To you?
Cousin?
I have no idea.
Do you know? Because then Diana would be my sister,
Yeah, your cousin.
and whatever is Diana's
How do you say it? Like distant. There you go.
distant
Some type
cousin.
of I'm pretty sure there's a term.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Lisa had invited me last time I had come down. She's like, hopefully you could come. And I was like, I don't know.
Yeah.
Well, this was before I had dropped by last time.
Yes.
So she had already let me know before,
Yeah.
like at the beginning of the year. Like, hey, we're going to do,
Yeah.
the boys, we're going to throw a graduation party for them.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, cool. So then I was like, okay, I'm definitely going to go back home to visit.
Yeah.
But then I just, in my head, I was like, oh, a week. And then time came by when I booked on May to come by. And it was just a week. And I was like, oh, it wasn't enough. So I was like, might as well do 2 weeks.
Yeah.
So I asked for the 2 weeks. Al último sí me lo dieron. And yeah, it was basically the reason why I was going to come by.
Yeah.
It's
But
just to
it was
spend more time.
revolving around the boys' party, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but like I said, man, we had a fucking ball. I'm proud of them.
It's crazy to see them so big now.
I know, man. It's fucking crazy. It's a lot of mixed good feelings,
Yeah.
but a lot of mixed feelings. Like, damn.
Because even like me, I'm not as close to them,
Mm-hmm.
but I've known them
Yeah, you
for a long time.
you've been around them for in and out, for a long, long time.
Yeah.
Almost as long as I've known them. Pretty sure almost around the same time. In and out, of course,
Yeah.
like you say. But yeah, man, it was fucking awesome. And then so what was it?
Sunday.
Yeah, no, on actually to go back the day of the zoo, we were, me and Diana were fucking introverts, not even introverts, homebodies.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? The less, well, more her than me. I am too, but I also like to get out. At a certain point, I'm like, I gotta
You
get
get
out
out.
just a little bit though. I don't have to, porque
Yeah.
el día que salí, cuando llegaste,
Mm-hmm.
ya estaba hasta la madre yo.
Well, you went for errands,
Yeah, but
so
me
te
engenté, güey.
engentaste.
Me
Yeah,
engenté
I would have
because I
been the
was
same
like,
way.
back the fuck off, you know
And
what I
it's
mean?
a weekend.
Yeah, so I was just like, I was fucking so I get me engento fácil.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Once I see the crowd like just
Building up.
building and building, building, I'm like, I'm out. I'm out. I'm
Mm-hmm.
out. I'm out. I'm out. I'm not down. I'm not
Mm-hmm.
down. And but at the same time, I do find comfort in like when I go to the store and there's like nobody,
Mm-hmm.
and like, oh yeah,
Mm.
like I like to be out. You know what I
Mm-hmm.
mean? Que me pegue el sol, el aire, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but Diana, she she isn't like that. She is, but it has to be like more particular. You know what I mean? The weather and all
Mm-hmm.
that stuff. But she does like to be out,
Mm-hmm.
but it has to be a certain type of out. You know.
Mm-hmm.
So I was saying that to say like the day of the zoo, we were
Mm-hmm.
kind of ¿cómo se dice?
Iffy about it.
Not iffy because we were down to do it. We were not looking forward to the outing.
Oh, yeah, yeah,
See?
yeah, yeah.
Because it's like the weather is gonna be fucking hot and this and
Mm-hmm.
this and about the
Stuff to
fucking
carry.
people. You know
People.
what I mean? And but in the end, nos hizo bien. Like I could feel it in me and I could see it in her too.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? And again, I think it's because everything lined up. You know, there
Mm-hmm.
wasn't a lot of people. There was people, but there wasn't
Mm-hmm.
a lot where it was like crowded.
And it was quick.
Yeah, and it was quick. And then again, the cool off. I think that shit helped out a
I think
lot.
that helped you guys a
Yeah,
lot. Because then after the end, I was like, oh, I'm so glad we did do
yeah,
it.
yeah,
That we did come.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
And I was like, oh,
Exactly, exactly. So that outing was like in the end, we're like, "Ooh, this is good," and then it started getting the 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 thoughts, not the thoughts, the
itchiness, the.
I don't know what it started bubbling in my head to like, we should do something.
Mm,
Like we already went to the zoo. We're gonna go have, we're gonna go out for the boys' party. We should do something afterwards, like during the week, because you were gonna still be here for
mm-hmm.
another week.
Mm-hmm.
And then Diana says that it was my idea. I thought it was hers,
Mm.
but we came up with the idea of like, wait a minute, what if we go to a hotel?
Mm-hmm.
Let's go to a hotel. That way we can borrow their pool.
Yeah,
You know?
basically.
Yeah, so like let's go, and that's where it came from. Like, oh, I guess I, get wet in the summer, stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
And then it's like, fuck that. I don't feel like running up my water bill. And it's
Yeah.
like, I am not getting a pool anytime soon. I don't
Mm-hmm.
know anybody with the pool. And it's like, wait, what if we make a thing out of it?
Mm-hmm.
We'll go to a hotel, we'll stay at a hotel, and then we'll use their pool. And I'm like, all right, cool, fuck it. So that's what we ended up doing on Monday, right?
Yes.
Yeah, Monday. So we went to a hotel and we had a fucking blast too, man.
Yeah, it was fun.
We were in that pool since like we got there to almost
4 or 5.
shit, man. I don't remember. We were in there for a while though,
Yeah.
and it was fun again, man. Idris, he let his
He's-
guard down.
Yeah, he was a little bit hesitant, very hesitant at the beginning, and then
Yep.
at the end, he didn't want to leave.
And in the end, he didn't want to leave, so he got in, and then he was the first one like, "I'm out, guys. I'm over it."
Yeah,
He was
allá como
out.
señor,
Yeah.
and sitting down with his chips and the tablet, he looking at us.
Yeah, so he was just like sunbathing and shit,
Yeah.
and we were like, okay, cool, whatever. And it was just perfect. It was a little breezy, it made it a little bit cold,
Yeah.
but estaba el sol, pero no estaba like super, super,
Mm-hmm.
hot. And yeah, we were just playing around and stuff, and then se animó otra vez y se metió.
Mm-hmm.
And then we were the last ones to get out because he's like, no, I don't want to.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, man, we had a lot of fun. We stayed there. We ended up taking a mattress, an air mattress.
Oh, yeah.
So we have two air mattresses. We have a twin size mattress and a queen size mattress.
Mm.
When we packed it, we thought we took the twin, but we didn't.
Mhm.
We took the queen.
So it didn't fit,
It didn't fit. We blew it up still.
and
So-
it barely fit.
It barely fit, but it was creaking up against. It was rubbing up against the wall and one of the beds.
Yeah.
So every time the kids would move, you just hear this.
Oh my
it was fucking annoying as
And we still
shit.
needed to go to brush your teeth, wash your face. So
Yep. Yeah. And then in the morning, I had to wake them up so I could deflate it so I could get by and
no,
to go get
to go
breakfast.
get breakfast. Yeah.
Yeah. So I was like, guys, get up. And that was another. So it was like, So I was telling Diana, we should definitely do that again, but I think we could like do a little upgrade. Just a
Mhm.
little. Just a little.
Mhm.
But yeah, man, that was fun. And then the rest of the time, we just been chilling, really. Um, there have been things I've had these plans in mind that I'm working on. I'll talk about that shit later. But one of the things I have been in keeping in mind too is starting Haley's YouTube channel.
Oh yeah, that's
So
true.
she's been bugging for shit for a while,
Mm.
for a while. And yeah, during this time I was just like, you know what, let me look into it. What do you
Mm.
need? And I was looking into it and stuff, and I found all this stuff, and she has her birthday money, and I was like, okay, I think I got it down. I think I know what to do.
Mm.
And I told her, look, if you really want to start this, I can help you. But
Mhm.
this, well, because we had that conversation a while back ago already.
Oh.
um I think I had mentioned it on the podcast too. But I told her, I was like, look, I'll help you out, but I need your help too.
Mhm.
And I told her, look, I found this. You need this for this and this to connect everything together. And you need this other thing, this and this. And if you get these two things, you might be up and running. The thing is, look at how much it is. And she's all, that's all my birthday money.
Mhm.
And the whole deal with her is that she was saving up to get an Oculus.
Yeah.
And the whole thing that we were going back and forth with before was either you get an Oculus and you just get it and you
Mhm.
have it. I don't know how that thing works. I don't know if you have to buy games. I'm assuming you do.
Mm.
And that's it. You just have it. But her deal is I want an Oculus so I can use it in my YouTube channel. And I was like, okay, I get what you're saying. But
Mhm.
first, you have to have either or. Either you get a YouTube channel and use what you already have, or you get an Oculus and no YouTube.
Mm.
So I had to like, and the kid in her, the resistant in her, the Roberto in her,
Mhm.
is like, no,
Yeah. Well,
I
both.
want it all.
Yeah.
And I was telling her like, look, like you can't. Oh, because her deal is she wants a PC so she could play PC games on her YouTube channel.
What's that?
A PC, a computer, like a
Oh.
computer, not a laptop.
Oh. Okay. Got it. Got it.
Yeah,
Got
and
it.
I was like, wait, no mames, ¿a cuánto están esos juegos? You know? And I'm like, look, use what you already have.
Mhm.
And I think it's the hard headed in her that was like, but that's not what I want to do. I was like, but is it possible? Do you see other people do that?
Mm.
You know what I mean?
Mhm.
I was like, so I kind of had to like open her eyes, like have her zoom out and be like, look, you already have something.
Yeah.
Let me, if I can figure this shit out, we can actually do this shit.
Mhm.
And she was like, okay. And that was the talk that we had like a month or two ago, right?
Mhm.
So fast forward to like this week,
Mhm.
I told her, I was like, look, I found the things that you need. I think this is all you need. I can provide the rest. And she was like, but that's all my birthday money. And I was like, I'm sorry, mama. If I could, I would. But at the same time, you need to learn, you know, you need to learn that like you're going to invest in this, and hopefully something will come out of it.
Mhm.
And she's like, okay, go ahead and order it. And I was like, okay. So all she did was, fork up the money.
Yeah.
I still had to learn the shit. So the
Mhm.
past, well, actually, we got it yesterday.
2 days.
The past 2 days were just me learning it. The software, connecting everything together. Like it was a doozy, man. It was a doozy. But I was like, I know I can get it. I know I can get it. I know I can get it. And yeah, as of yesterday, she started her own YouTube channel, and she's excited. I could tell that she's like, yes.
Mm.
And then I have to talk to her. Well, I was talking to her about the whole don't worry about what people say. We're going to control it. You know what I mean? Stuff like that. Because she's like, I was like, are you going to send it to your friends? And she's like, no, Dad, why?
Mhm.
And she's like,
Well, and
ew.
then she had the opportunity to like record herself, but she decided
Yeah.
just to be.
Yeah. Which made me happy. you know?
Yeah.
Because I was like, yes, okay, cool. She's like, no, no, no face reveal, no this, no that. I was like,
Mhm.
okay, cool, cool, cool. Baby steps.
Mhm.
And I told her, I was like, yeah, once you get, ay, pendejo, me agarré el toe. I can't multitask for shit, man. Ah, yeah, so I was telling her, you know, just baby steps, whatever you
Mhm.
feel comfortable with. And she's like, she surprised me there. And she also surprised me. I thought she was going to want to send it to all her friends. And she's like, no, no, no. I was like, then how do you want word to get out? And she's like, whoever finds it. And I was like, okay. I didn't fight her on it.
Mhm.
Um, Sino que sola, she came back around and she started sharing it on her story. Like, oh, I'm going to show my setup that I have. And like, okay, go ahead. And then she's like, I guess because she showed it, people started reaching out, and
Mm.
and then little by little, the word
Mhm.
started getting out, and people started like sending her like congrats or whatever.
Mhm.
And she was excited. I was like, cool, cool. And even then, we were looking at it at her first video,
Mhm.
and it's like, oh look, we could do better here. Next time we can do this. Next time, and she's
Mm.
like, yeah, we can do this. And so we had a little bonding to where it's like, okay, we're on the same page. As long as we're
Yeah.
on the same page, that's good. Like,
Mhm.
because she had asked to do something else. Oh, an intro. She wanted like a little fucking intro,
Oh.
and I was like, Haley, I've been here for the past 2 days. I'm not up for it.
Got it.
I just want to go watch Stranger Things. you
Oh.
know. And she's like, okay,
Yeah.
maybe later. I was like, yeah, later. That's a whole different beast within itself.
Yeah.
Let's just. You don't need that right now. You have the basics. You have the essentials. Just go
Mhm.
with that, and start thinking of ideas and stuff. And I really just leave that up to her.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? So I'm there. I don't really tell her what to say. Nomás le digo que se porte bien and not to be, you know what I mean? And yeah, I'm next to her, watching her the whole time, keeping an eye on the laptop, making sure everything goes good. And she says like she has the mic here, she has the headphones, and she has all these wires around her. She's all, this is awkward. And I was like, yeah, it is legal, but this is what you need for now. Later on you can upgrade, you can have this, you can have that.
Mhm.
Legal, but as of right now, just use my shit basically.
Mhm.
And she was talking about like some of her friends saying like, what if her friends, they start basically like talking shit or whatever. And I was like, look, man, that's where this whole internet shit, like that's where the parents come in,
Mm.
right? And we have to let you know, you do you basically,
Mhm.
right? You're stay in your lane, okay? If like you're not the first person to do this,
Yeah.
and anybody can do this. So if they're gonna be, talking shit and stuff like that, that's on them. You know, why would they do this? You know,
Mhm.
from teenagers or preteens to grown-ups. Why
Mhm.
do people talk shit? Just because either they're jealous, they're insecure, and they want to do what they see that is being done.
Mhm.
Y le dije, think about it, Haley. You've been next to me these past 2 days, watching me go through it, watching
Mhm.
me trying to figure this shit out. They go, if anybody's gonna talk shit, tell them to do it. Not literally, but like it's like then you do it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Mhm.
I'm doing what I like to do. Le dije, but I bet you the majority of those parents are not down to do what I just did. And she's like, yeah, that's true. And she's like, well, actually, one of them, the parents aren't really there. Another one, the dad is like in and out a lot. So I don't think, I was
Oh
like, then there you
shit.
go. That's your reason for them being the way they are,
Yeah.
because they're like, oh, I want to do that. Le go,
Mhm.
I highly doubt there's anyone your age that can do what we just did. Le dije, now, it is possible, don't get me wrong. I'm
Mhm.
pretty sure there's a 12-year-old out there that's way smarter than me, super, super smarter.
Mhm.
Le dije, but I doubt that there's anyone like that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And she's like, yeah, that's true. Le dije, so that's all it is. If people aren't going to be happy for you, they're going to be jealous,
Yep.
And there's always going to be people talking shit.
Mhm.
And we'll go ahead and monitor the comments and just have a good time.
Mhm.
Leo, think about whatever. She's all, well, it's because I want to do gaming, but then I also want to do ASMR, but then I also want. Leo, Haley, the hard part is over, is done with. We figured it out. You could do whatever you want.
Yep.
Your channel is your channel. You don't have to
Stick with
just
one
stick
thing.
to gaming and stick. She's all, oh yeah, I could do whatever I want, huh? Digo,
Mm-hmm.
yeah. Digo, and then I started telling her like, look, you could do like playlists and stuff like that,
Mm-hmm.
gaming, ASMR, reactions. I think she had said something like that.
Mm.
Digo, el pedo era esto
Mm-hmm.
to get hooked up.
The technical thing.
Yeah, digo,
Because both of you didn't know what
nothing,
how to start.
nothing.
Yeah.
I'm telling her, speak up. I don't want to be loud. That no, it's not loud. You just can't hear you.
Mm-hmm.
You know. And but I'm telling her because I've learned. Ligo, Haley, I have a podcast. I do music. I've learned all the. I'm still learning.
Mm-hmm.
Ligo, I'm just giving you my experience.
Mm-hmm.
Trust me. Because when I remember when I started with the music thing, how they would say like, I need you to give more energy.
Mm.
And then later on, I learned like, oh, they were telling me to be loud, but not loud as in just to make noise.
Mm-hmm.
You want it to like come from down here.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because you could hear it. You could
Mm.
hear the hesitant uh, in your voice.
Mm.
You could hear all this shit.
Mm-hmm.
So the more, if you are comfortable, you're gonna sound comfortable. You know what I mean? And I'm proud of her. She did really good. I fucked up. I fucked up twice because we recorded. We started recording the first time. I forgot what had happened. I forgot what happened, but we're like, oh fuck, okay, well let's do it again, but this time for sure. Oh, because it was supposed to be a practice, right?
Uh-huh.
And I forgot what happened. I think she couldn't find nobody to play with. It was just dragging.
Oh, okay.
And then the second time, I was like, hold on, let me check to make sure. And I did some shit, and I checked the video. But when I was checking the video, I turned down the mic volume all the way,
Mm-hmm.
and I didn't put it back up. So we started recording again.
Oh.
And when we started recording
Was
again,
silent.
I was looking at the bars and stuff, and I was like,
Mm-hmm.
it's not moving. Okay, whatever. So I'm like, okay, her voice, and she's looking at me like, yeah, yeah, like talking the whole time. It's kind of cute. She's
Oh.
looking at me like, and like talking and this and that. I was like, good, good, good. All right, cool. And then I just boop, I just stopped it. I was like, oh, we're gonna have to restart. She's all, why?
Why?
And I was like, I forgot to turn up the mic. She's all, and even then she's like, okay, because she had learned she had messed up. And
Mm.
she's like, okay. So she did what she did in those two videos on this last one.
Oh, okay.
You know what I mean? And then that's what she did. And when she would talk and this and that, she like she would start saying what she said before that she
Okay.
wished she should have said a different way.
Got
And
it.
she would look at me like,
Said it better.
yeah. And I'm like, yeah, there you go. And I didn't, you know, it went really smooth.
Mm-hmm.
It went really smooth. And I was like, you like it? And she's like, yeah, yeah. I was like, okay, you want to post this one? You want to hang on to it? She's all, no, yeah, we'll post it. But
Aw.
right away, we're like nitpicking in a good way, right? Like
Mhm.
constructive criticism, like, okay, next time we should turn this down, turn that up, whatever, whatever. It's okay. You know what I mean? And yeah, it was really cool. So I'm excited for her. I'm not about to share her fucking YouTube channel thing here because what the fuck, you know? But I will. I would want to have her on that way she could talk and speak about her experiences as time
Yeah,
goes
that'd
on.
be cool.
You know what I mean?
That's exciting.
Yeah, because she's been looking forward to this for a while, and I would ask her certain things, and she's like, "What about? Well, what do I do here? What do I say here?" And I was like, "Well, you have to. These are things that you have to have had been thinking about,
Yeah.
and you can tell they kind of like,
Dawned on her.
yeah, like it's like, no, güey, me estás dando carrilla a mí, güey, ¿tú qué? You know?"
Mm-hmm.
But she did really good. I'm really proud of her. And Idris also, we filmed his too, but his I have to piece together.
Mm.
You know what I mean? I have to piece together, and we'll be putting that up too. It's cool that they didn't get jealous of each other.
Oh,
You know what I mean?
okay.
Because Idris, we filmed his first, and he came out and estaba todo
How
realizado,
cute.
güey, like, oh shit, we did it. I was like, I just gotta put it together. He's like, okay. And Haley was like, cool. Like, I'm glad. I'm happy for you.
Mm-hmm.
And then yesterday it was the other way around too. The only thing is that we did tell Idris, like, you could be in there while it was happening, but we were just like, come on, let's just fucking get it going, man. Más bien yo porque andaba todo fastidiado because of the past 2 days and shit.
Yeah.
Um, But yeah, even then he's like okay, cool. I didn't sense no jealousy, which is good.
No, see, even I think when I got here, that we went to the store and the kids were in the back.
Yeah.
She, Haley was like, Idris made his first YouTube video, blah blah blah, and I was like, really? You know, yeah, everything like connected
Yeah.
at the end. I was like, oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah. So they had been asking for this for a while already, but
Mm.
just now it's like, you know what? Let me, because I'm on this thing, man.
Because
Where
they always record themselves too
yeah, she was
on
showing
the
me,
tablet,
she was showing
and
me these
when
videos
they
on the
were
tablet.
little,
They were
they would
rapping. Matter of fact, I'm gonna use some of that because
always be doing
I
that.
was listening to them and I'm like, what the hell, man? Like, it was awesome. I was like, wow, like we do have video of them.
Yeah.
It's just we didn't take it,
Mm-hmm.
you know?
It's in different devices.
Yeah, man. So
Mm-hmm.
it's awesome, man. It's awesome to see them and just back them up. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Like even when I was telling her, like, I doubt there's parents out there listening to their kids
Mm-hmm.
and actually like, what do you want to do?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Instead of this is what you need to do.
Yeah, and that's what's been around, like, which is good in a way too. Like, oh, you're
It
gonna join
depends.
basketball, like you're
Mm-hmm.
gonna join. You need to get out. You need to this
Mm-hmm.
and you need to that. I don't want to or whatever. They ended up liking it or they end up hating it, whatever,
Yeah.
right? But I'm just trying this thing to where I don't come from that, so I've never been through that. So, but I am ever since Haley was born, me and Diana had agreed like whatever she wants to do, whatever she wants to do. Y
Mm-hmm.
desde chiquita, lo que siempre ha tenido is to paint and draw, always.
Yep.
Y pues es como todo, cuesta dinero. You
Mm-hmm.
know what I mean? So I would constantly get her crayons and paper, notebooks, whatever, whatever. And then for her birthdays and for Christmas, she would get more paints and markers and
Mm-hmm.
crayons and papers and this type of paper and that type of paper. And you
Poco a
know what I mean?
poco,
Yeah,
she's been what's it called?
she's been developing.
Developing in like everything, even like in blending colors. It's
Bro,
like
like
what?
her shit is like what her thumbnail that she has for her YouTube,
Mm-hmm.
she did it on the spot.
Oh
I
shit!
asked her, I was like, "What do you want? You just want this here?" Then she's all, "No, let me make it." And she took out her phone.
Whoa, I haven't seen it.
There you go, like that. And I was like, I saw it. I was like, God damn, she's good. And
She's really
I was
good.
like, yeah, if that's what you want, yeah. She's like, yeah, let me send it to you. Send it to me. Boom, 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 boom.
Uploaded.
There you go. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
and it's me not holding her back. It's me not giving as a parent. That's when I'll stop her.
Mm-hmm.
But other than that, it's like, dale, way.
Yeah.
You know, she wanted to spell things a certain way and it wouldn't let her, but I wasn't stopping her.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like it doesn't let you. It says this shit's whack. I'm just kidding. It says whatever, you know. I'm like, oh man, but I'm okay with her expressing herself.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's just you have to monitor it.
Yeah.
And yeah, man, it's been awesome. And with her, I don't want to get annoying by telling her this, but like I really see something good coming out of her and art.
Yep.
I'm telling her,
Me
Ma,
too.
like if you can figure out a way to make a living off of this, man, you got it, man.
Yeah.
And that could just be like one outlet.
Yep.
And she like at first she would say no, and then I would catch her seeing like documentaries and shit. And I'm
Mm-hmm.
like, what the fuck? And then she would see like videos, and so I think she's like contemplating. But
Yeah.
she's a lot like me in that, to where it's like, hey, maybe this, and like, no.
Mm.
I'm like, no. But because we don't know.
Someone else, because someone else is saying it, she's like, no.
Yeah.
Until she realizes like her potential and everything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Es que somos bien contreras. Well,
Yeah.
I had to stop. And I'm not perfect because I know I still have it, but that's the first reaction.
Mm-hmm.
Like, hey, what if you, no.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? I can only take it from certain people.
Mm.
You know what I mean? Because right away it's like, what are you going to fucking hate on now?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Or what are you going to tell me to do that you can't do yourself?
Mm-hmm.
You know what would be a good idea? If you start renting out, blah, 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 blah. Vamos, que suave.
Mm-hmm.
You know? Thank you. I'm like, okay, bye.
Mm-hmm.
Meanwhile, how much is this? How much is that? How much is the repairs? How much is,
Mm-hmm.
you know, like, You don't fucking, you know. But
Well, the podcast too.
yeah, that shit too, man. Like,
Like you didn't do anything
mm,
until barely,
yeah,
so it stuck with you. I
yeah,
didn't know that.
yeah. I started all this just to like familiarize myself.
And
So
because you already had most of the stuff too.
yeah, that was the biggest thing. So I was looking into it and I was like, wait a minute, pues ya tengo todo.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, all right, cool. But I was doing it so I can help,
Mm-hmm.
you know? And the more I would practice it, the more I'm like, kind of like this shit,
Mm.
you know? I kind of like that it's another avenue,
Outlet.
you know?
Yeah.
It's another thing people can get to know me. You
Mm-hmm.
know what I mean? Porque, yeah, I think the music is like the main thing.
Mm-hmm.
But of course, the more you can get to know people,
Yeah.
the more you gravitate towards their stuff. You know what I mean?
That's what I would hate about people talking about find your niche. And I'm like, I don't want to put I
Yeah.
don't want to be put in a box and be like, this is what I do.
Yeah.
And then later on they started to mention like we're human beings, we're creative beings.
Yeah.
So there's not one thing that we're good at or like.
Exactly.
We might
Exactly.
be good at one thing, but we like so many things. And I was like, yes, that's what I've been saying. Because whenever like I meet new people, it's like, what do you do? It's like, I don't know,
Yeah.
like this and that. And at the time, I used to like write poems or songs,
Yeah.
and then obviously like little videos here and there.
Yeah.
Just go out and support local shops, stores,
Yeah.
events. So it's like I don't wanna.
Yeah. You don't want to
I just felt like
corner yourself.
this is what you are. This is your. This is the definition of Diana. You
Yeah.
know,
Yeah.
and it's like no,
Yeah. I
don't
can
wanna
do
be put.
whatever I want.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And that's part of what because I think this whole technology shit, this whole YouTubers and creatives and shit, it's new if you really think about it.
For sure.
Like it's only what, maybe 10 years old, maybe.
Well, the YouTubers that have been in YouTube since it started, it's like what?
Yeah.
But then people that started in 14,
Mm-hmm.
they've been doing it for years now, almost 10 years now. So time, yeah.
Yeah. So it's just as technology gets, better and better, now things are accessible to us that weren't accessible back then.
Yeah.
Like for example, one of
Pinche Amazon, it's
Yeah.
like you just type whatever you need to
Yeah.
do whatever
yeah,
and
te
it'll.
la rifas,
Oh yeah, for
te la
sure.
rifas, pero at the same time, you do get stuff to where you get by. You know what I mean? That the heat press is a perfect example. The thing that I make the shirts with,
Oh
it's one of
yeah.
the cheapest ones. Pero me dolió, güey.
I
You
bet.
know, like, oh, way. But it's an investment. It's one of those things where, like, if I learn it, I have it, and when the time comes, boom, boom, ya sé qué hacer.
Yeah.
Because batallé tanto para encontrar, y lo cuánto, oh shit, to where
Yeah.
now I kind of have it figured out. But I bring up the heat press because that's one of the cheapest ones, and it's in the quality too. It doesn't, toda la plancha doesn't heat up evenly.
But now you found.
But I figured out how how to use it. You know what I mean? So it's just things like that. And now you will order some shit on Amazon where they're just pieces of shit.
Yeah.
No sirve para nada, güey.
Echando a perder se aprende.
Yeah, exactly. So you just have to kind of risk it, like, fuck it, I'll
Yeah.
get this, fuck it, I'll get that. The one of the pieces of equipment for Haley that I found while I was doing my research, they were saying like, dude, these weren't this much back then. Back then, if you wanted to do the gameplay and all this shit, you had to buy this, and it's okay. You had to buy this, and it was 150, 200, $300. A
Yeah, it
huevo.
wasn't accessible.
A huevo. And there's kids buying this shit and figuring it out by themselves.
Damn.
That's the trippy part. That these kids are like, fuck it, this is what I want to do. What do I have to do? Look into it, get that. And that's just one piece of equipment. Deja tú la computadora, el micrófono, everything. The knowledge. And then they upload. And then they just start, and they just grow.
Yeah.
But that's what makes this so, like, when I think of YouTubers right away, I don't think of like, it's just mensos. That comes in later, of course, because of whatever it is they post. But the
Mm.
first thing for me is like they figured this shit out themselves and they earned this wealth.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
The following.
Yeah,
Mhm.
they earned this shit because they've been
Mhm.
around for a while. And I'm like, wait, see, yo, I'm figuring it out. Like, god damn, god damn, god damn. You know,
Mhm.
like, and then to look back and be like, ¿cuánto? Damn.
Mhm.
Plus you need this, plus you need that, plus you need
Mhm.
this, and I'm like, fuck, man.
Yeah.
So it's interesting to see everything develop.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And to see who is willing to like. That's what I'm on right now. Like the more time passes, I've been letting go of like, pues a ver, let me, pues,
Mhm.
to like, nah, man. During this time, especially, like I've really been on the side of like I want to do what I want to do
Mhm.
with my life.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? Of course, nothing is gonna be perfect and shit, but the possibilities are out there, man.
Yeah.
We just need to hone in.
Yeah.
So this might be an itch that Haley just gets with the whole YouTubing thing. She might,
Well, at least she
whatever.
tried it, and then she gets to learn from
Yeah,
it too.
but the key is, what will she get out of it?
Mhm.
You know what I mean? Oh yeah, we did this and we did that, and then that helps us too. Our
Mm.
bond. Like my dad helped me out with that. You
Mhm.
know, anything else that she might think of,
Mhm.
she knows like, oh, I could turn to my dad and he can help me out. Cause it's
Mhm.
like, yeah, that's what we're here for. You know, let me not talk about it. Let me actually do it. You know what I mean? Con Idris también. With everybody, really. But like, I don't want to like never mind the kids. You know
Yeah,
what I mean?
especially
Because
when when they're kids.
yeah, it's because next thing you know, you have the boys,
Yep.
and then you're like, damn, time flew. What do we do?
Mhm.
You know? And it's like, nah. So yeah, like I said, the more the time passes, the more I'm like, I gotta not figure this shit out because I know what I want to do, but I have to look into what it takes to live the life that I want to live.
Mm.
You know what I mean?
Mhm.
Because I'm like, this whole other shit is whack, man.
Mm.
This whole,
Nine
uh,
to five.
yeah, man. I don't want that to be my life.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But it's easy. Just stay or go apply and tell us why we should hire you,
Yeah.
bitch. Because I need the job. You know, but you can't say that.
No.
You know, well, actually, I have experience in this and this and this and this. And it's like, I don't want to do that no more. You know, pero
Yeah.
if you don't want to do that no more, then you have
It's
to,
the backup.
yeah, you have to really get serious about what you do want to do.
Mhm.
And it's the only thing that like me desanima is the whole like, come on, Robert, like be serious.
Mm.
You know?
Your own what's like doubts?
Yeah, yeah, my own, yeah.
Which same.
It's my own shit, and that's a big downer. You know what I mean? Because it's like,
Yeah.
man, you know, then you start thinking like, man, who's listening, or man, who's watching, or man, who's doing
Mhm.
this? Man, come on, come
Well,
on, come
even
on.
like when I had start, because I'm like on and off in YouTube,
Yeah,
so
yeah,
I haven't been like consistent because I'm like, no, well, there was a certain point. Why should I be recording when I don't even feel genuine? I don't want to put out sad shit either.
yeah,
So I was like, no, I'm just gonna stop. It's still there,
yeah,
but it's nice to look at, it like to look back to.
yeah. We do it. I know we watch, especially the ones with the kids.
Oh yeah, the ones with the kids,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah,
But even like when people that I knew started to come out with YouTube channels, I was like yeah, good job, like this is cool, blah blah blah. I'm so happy for you. If you need any help, let me know. I don't know a lot, but I mean, if I could help with anything, if you have any questions, let me know.
yeah.
So it's like there's an audience for everyone.
Oh hell yeah,
Like whatever you like to do,
man. Mm-hmm.
there's gonna be somewhere out there in the world that is gonna relate to it.
Yeah,
So that's what I would be like
yeah,
whenever people would be hesitant. I'm like, hey, whatever you like to do, there's someone out there that will relate and will watch and will be supporting you.
yeah,
So don't, you know. But then that's where our where. we're the ones that stop ourselves.
Yeah.
And that's one of the things that you have mentioned. You're like, consistency is key. And I was like, yeah, that's where I lack.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because I get discouraged. Discouraged is the word that I was looking
Discourage.
for.
Yeah.
Because it's like, no, well, I mean, I enjoy it, but nothing's coming out from it. Or
Yeah.
do I really like
And,
it?
and that's
Do
the
I really
thing.
enjoy it?
That's the
And
thing.
then it's just me. Like, now thinking back, it's like, it's just me cutting me off, cutting my creativity off, cutting my time off,
Yeah.
cutting my, and
Yeah.
it's like, I know I have the potential. It's just being very consistent and very determined.
Hell
But then it's
yeah.
like, what do I want to
Mm-hmm.
do?
Mm-hmm.
Because my head is like,
Yeah.
well, this and this, and because I have so many things that I like to do, it's
Mm-hmm.
like, well, what should I focus on?
Yeah.
And maybe I don't need to focus on anything. It's just do what you like to do
Yeah.
whenever you want to do it.
Yeah.
If it's recording it, if it's talking to a camera, if it's, I don't know,
Talking into a
editing,
microphone.
talking to a microphone,
Yeah.
like anything, just do it. But then that's where I'm like, but I'm not being consistent. But then in the back of my head, I'm like, is like, you are doing something. You're just not doing it the way that other people are doing. That's why you're not motivated to.
Yeah. Yeah. And
So,
it's like, yeah, I totally agree. That's the number one thing. We discourage ourselves, especially because we don't get nothing out right away.
yeah.
You know what I mean? That's what makes the security, the job, the 9 to 5. That's why so many of us go to that because
It's secure. It's like,
yeah,
for sure you're going to get something out of it.
yeah,
Okay.
every week or every 2 weeks on this day you're gonna get a paycheck.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? But it's the whole invest in yourself and don't worry, just put that. That's what me and Accurate are on. Just put in the deposits, man. Put in the
Yeah.
deposits. Just put it in. Put it in. Don't worry about it. Just go. Just do something. Do something, and the next thing you know, you have so much put in that it's just gonna flourish.
Yeah.
And you see it happen time and time again. Time and time again. I see some of these YouTubers that Haley watches or even Idris, and I'm like, what are they like? They're no different from
Yeah.
me and you, but they figured out their thing. You know what I mean? And then you look back, and that's the thing, is that the kids right away, they find something, boop, they go to the channel. Oh, okay, cool.
Keywords.
Yes.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Now they're like, oh, I like this. Oh, I actually like this person.
Because
you know
I
what
like
mean?
this, I probably like this one.
Yeah. Or and same thing for humans, like us too. I know when I found the Joe Rogan podcast, right? For example, I was like, oh shit, that's cool. And then I was like, I would go into his channel and be like, who else has he had on? And then I would just watch or listen to the ones that I knew the person and I liked the person. Then I had heard everything and I'm like, you know what? I kind of like this guy. Cool. And then I would listen to the ones where it was just him alone or whatever the hell, you know what I mean? And then that's how I ended up. But that's how everything is. Like we need to stop and think that's how it's always been. It's just technology is involved now. When I've discovered several musicians, rappers or whatever, same shit would happen. I would find them and then go through all their shit.
Because you like them,
Yeah.
I'll probably check this person out. And
Exactly.
their
When they would
content.
work with someone, it's like, who's this? That's how I remember when I discovered Biggie. I didn't know about Biggie. Why I had heard him before, but I didn't really dig in till because I would listen to Bone Thugs a lot,
Yeah.
and then I ran across the song where it's Bone and Biggie, and when I heard him, I was like, I like him, and then I started digging into him. And I was like, wait a minute, I've heard this guy before, and then it just it just sucked me in. You know what I mean? But that's what it is. It's like just let the people find you.
Yeah. Just be out there.
Just be out there. Just be.
Do something.
Yeah, and then that's why I like collaborating a lot too, because no por conveniencia, sino porque a la gente le va a gustar. Yeah, you could do it on your own, cool, because they get to know you.
Yeah.
But you also have fun
Doing it with other
people.
Yeah,
And then the
for sure.
listener would be like, oh shit, I wonder what they're going to talk about.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it's just like, it's a win-win.
And I think that discourages me because I'm by myself.
Yeah.
So it's like, what can I talk about? There's no like dialogue. So it's
Yeah.
like me, okay, this.
Yeah.
Instead of just saying what's in my head, I'm like, is there a certain way I need to do it?
Yeah.
So I'm like, I don't
Yeah.
know.
But
No.
see, you need to like first, that's what I'm here for, right?
Mhm.
You could ask me like, I want, I don't want it to just be by myself all the time.
Mhm.
What can I do?
Mhm.
And then just like, all right, just like for example, for shit like that,
Mhm.
for me, right away, what I think is YouTube. YouTube, how to Zoom. You don't have to have the Zoom program.
Mm.
There might be something else out there,
Mhm.
right? And then like, a ver, pues tú y yo, let's try it out. You know what
Mm.
I mean? Like I've downloaded it. I found this one thing, and it's just the possibilities are
Mm.
endless because of the time that we're in now. I think
Yeah.
that's why I feel this sense of urgency
Yeah.
of like we've never had a time like this.
You've always mentioned technology.
Yes,
You're like,
yes.
I don't know how to do. Oh my god, I remember the time you bought a washer, the first washer at the duplex,
Yeah.
and then I was like, how are you gonna do this? He's like, I don't know. I'll just research it and like
Oh, to fix it.
search it. Uh huh.
Yeah.
Was like internet,
Mhm.
but then Haley was there and she was tiny, and then you were fixing it, and
Yeah.
then I saw you were in YouTube, and I was like, well, yeah, duh, because it's visual.
Yeah.
They get to explain and show you how to fix stuff.
That
Uh,
that's how I've
but
learned
yeah,
a lot of shit. Ebit and YouTube.
yeah,
That's all it is. That's all,
mm-hmm.
and it's simpler than you think. And at some point, yeah, you do run into a brick wall because it's like, no one's figured this out yet.
Mm-hmm.
But then let some years go by and it's like, oh, well, look at that.
Yep,
Now it's all over the place.
yeah,
You know, because I have run into those to where it's like, fuck it, man. I'm going to have to go Home Depot or have to go to this special hardware place
yeah,
and ask them how to do it. But for the most part,
it's there.
YouTube has everything.
Yeah,
You know, there's all, and then you see the people. Así me pongo yo en la mente de la gente que pone los videos, right? Oh, you know what? And they're just on their phone.
yeah.
And like, oh, I had this problem, the dishwasher clogged, so I already checked this, I already checked that,
Well,
and
have
then
you heard about this YouTube dad?
no,
That his username is dad how do I
oh, okay,
question mark.
yeah,
So like every single video he started uploading by showing it because he wanted to show specific things to his daughter or son
yeah,
that they weren't at home, obviously. So how to change a tire. So the title was Dad, how do I change
oh,
a
that's
tire? So
cool.
he would upload it, and then he started to get a following because other people's didn't have a dad.
Yeah, there's a
Other
bunch of
kids,
motherfuckers that don't
yeah,
have dads. Yeah,
and he would teach through the video how to change and how to fix things and how to this and that and blah blah blah.
nice.
That's how he blew up because he's like, I didn't have a dad, so I was trying to help out my
His
son or
kids.
daughter to do specific things
Yeah,
because they needed help and this and that. I didn't know this was a thing.
yeah,
He just thought this is a certain way I can, instead of just recording and sending it through message.
yeah,
So it was just an actual account and stuff. And I
yeah.
thought that was cool.
Yeah, man, and that's the thing, and like with him, he put out good energy.
Mm-hmm.
He's just helping, and he
Yeah.
ended up helping a lot more
A
people
lot.
than just
Yeah.
his kids.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I like. That's what I look for. That's what
Mm-hmm.
I want to do.
Mm-hmm.
So, me entiendes? Like with these talks that I have, some of the topics I talk about is like they get a little deep or whatever. They get a little dark, but it's
Mm-hmm.
like I, everybody's going through something.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And maybe listening to how you come out of it might help someone out. You know
Mm-hmm.
what I mean? It's like I was telling Ebet last time, like, from my opinion, there's a lot more unhappy people than happy people.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You could just tell because negativity outshines the positivity.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Right away, like something bad happens, and man, there goes the leeches.
Mm-hmm.
It's like I want to be able to not
Mm-hmm.
not do something about it, but just help, even if it's just like I don't know, an hour or 2 hours into it. You know what I mean? Whether it's
Mm-hmm.
just to help you, to help me,
Mm-hmm.
to help anybody listening, or 2 3 minutes in a song that they might hear, um, something that I might have said.
Mm-hmm.
Like maybe no one ever really thought about. Not
Mm-hmm.
no one. Everyone's thought about it, but like whoever's particularly listening to right now, right,
Mhm.
never thought about shit. I could YouTube everything.
Yeah.
You know what? I have this fucking insert whatever.
Mhm.
I have this computer.
Idea.
I have
Oh
this
yeah.
computer that's just been sitting there. Let me try,
Mhm.
looking into it. Let me what do you need? Let me see. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
And then just planting the seed and just go, cuz it's like, dude, we only get one of these. We only get
Mhm.
one life. You're
Mhm.
telling me you're going to spend it moaning and groaning and complaining?
Yeah.
It's like you can do what you want. I don't want to do that.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? I want to be happy. That's what
Mhm.
I'm chasing. I want to be happy. Whatever happy means to me is going
Mhm.
to be different from everybody else. You know what I mean? But I just want to look forward to waking up in the morning,
Yeah.
not dreading it,
Mhm.
being creative.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Oh, you know what? Today we're going to record a podcast, and then tomorrow I'm going to get with this other guy. We're going to organize a show. And then later on, Accurate's going to come over. We're going to work on some music
Mhm.
and whatever the fuck,
Yeah.
whatever it is, Oh, and the next week, um, Haley says that she wants to do another video, help her out with that, but it's all based off creativity.
Oh yeah.
You know what I mean?
Mhm.
Everything, 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 everything. So,
Mhm.
whatever, cualquier idea que se te venga a la cabeza, don't think it's like
Yeah.
dumb. You know what I
Mhm.
mean?
Don't diminish it
Yeah,
yourself.
like think of it as like, is it possible? Let me YouTube it.
Mhm.
Because I'm pretty like, especially during the pandemic, in your case, right? Like you say you're alone. Like look at how many people zoomed
Yeah.
during podcasts. Yes, there was a lot of complaints that they were like, but
That's when a lot of programs came up with so many
yeah,
opportunities for people to just come. Well, the application that I use, it's just 30 minutes, and then they update it by actually upload your video. Like they
oh,
actually already launched it.
oh shit,
Yeah, so there's like that opportunity to have
yeah,
the audio and video instead of
just the audio.
just the audio.
Yeah, you
So it's
see,
like what?
yeah, and there's plenty of things. It's just we have to constantly be, not constantly be thinking, but like don't.
Well, it's because us as human beings, we think creatively.
Yeah, that's
Creativity.
what I really do agree with that. I think
We're
that's what
made to
comes
create.
naturally to us.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
It's just like, oh, the whole thing is the making like money, right? You got to
Yeah.
keep the lights on. You got to this, you got to that. That gets in the way. So if you can somehow make it take care of that
Mm-hmm.
somehow, then you just keep on creating. Like I remember coming to a certain point where I was worried about like making music
Mm-hmm.
because I was like, pues hice una, puedo hacer otra. Okay, pues I did one. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
okay. But I was always scared because of like, que si no me sale otra, güey. You know? To like, I was telling Accurate last time, like, I've come to a certain point to where, like, as an artist, I'm comfortable with me. I know to like untuck it now.
Mm-hmm.
Like, what are we doing? Oh, we're doing that? Cool. Let me, yeah, yeah, say. Like, I
Mm-hmm.
already know just it is what it is. You know what I mean? Don't worry about it. Don't this. You proved it to yourself a bunch of times. A bunch of times to a point where I'm like, okay, I think I got this.
Mm.
You know what I mean? Yes, I'm looking to get better every time. Don't get me wrong, but that whole inner doubt, you know, y si no que, what if they outshine me? What if I suck? What if I this? What if I that? All that shit goes out the window because I proved it to myself,
Mm-hmm.
and because I really like to do this shit. So it's just like it's fun. It's fun, right? Yeah, keep it fun, keep it fun, and then you won't catastrophize everything else.
Yeah.
You won't shit on the whole idea. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And I've, como te digo, we've proved it to ourselves. Like me and Accurate, um, with this whole music shit.
Mm-hmm.
Me apparently with this whole podcast shit.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, I got to a certain point where I didn't know what I was doing. I
Mm-hmm.
kind of still don't, but um, I would overthink and I would put a lot of pressure on myself.
Mm.
I have to do it. I have to do it here. I have to do it here. And then once I started thinking I have to do it let's say every Sunday,
Yeah.
every Sunday, every Sunday, every Sunday, right away, my first thought was like, I'm not going to do it.
Yeah.
I'm not going to do it
Mm-hmm.
because I'm thinking I have to do it.
You have to, and it's
Yeah.
like, no, I want to.
I want to be able to do it,
Mm-hmm.
you know? So now it's like, I had conversations with certain people and stuff like that. And I'm like, All right, cool.
Mhm.
And it goes to what you say too, is to the whole de que hablo.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? If it's just me, if it's just that, with me, it's like I'm dealing with shit.
Mhm.
I kind of have to look back at it and been solved in order to talk about it. I
Yeah.
can't talk about what I'm going through because I don't think that puts good energy out.
Yeah.
Porque después me agüito yo, and then I
Mhm.
start talking about all my doubts and shit. And you know what I mean? It's just, no, talk about your experiences,
Mhm.
good and bad,
Mhm.
you know, because someone can benefit from those.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, oh, she went through this and this and this, and it didn't go good. Well, what she should have done was, you know how we are, you
Mhm.
know, humans. Then it's like, okay, well, apply it to yourself.
Mhm.
Oh, okay, well, next time I go, I'm gonna do this and this, and then that's how you end up helping people. But
Mhm.
yeah, at least that's what. And I don't know shit, but that's one thing that I've noticed is just have, like in music, right? Have a catalog, have stuff ready for people to listen to, because the worst thing you can do as a disservice to the listener is you come out with one song or on one song, right? And they like you a lot, and then they look for you and they can't find you,
Mhm.
right? And then you don't have an Instagram, you don't have a YouTube, you don't have a TikTok, you don't have a Facebook, you don't have Twitter, you don't have nothing, right? But they like that one song. How do they find you?
Mhm.
Damn, I really like them, but I can't find them. I can't find them on Spotify.
Yeah.
I can't find them. I can't find them anywhere. Oh well. You know what I mean? To where it's like, have shit ready, have let the people know how to find you,
Mhm.
and then when they do find you, they go through your shit and be like, oh shit, okay, I'm gonna spend a good 30 minutes to an hour going through this,
Mhm.
because that's what we do.
Mhm.
That's what we do with other people. So what's the difference?
Mhm.
The only difference is that we're not them. But it's the same thing. It's the same mentality. It's the same cycle. It's been going on for years. It's just now there's technology involved.
Mhm.
Now it's like more people can do it.
Yep.
You know. And what I was telling Haley is that this is, and I think I was telling you too, this is how people get weeded out,
Mm.
right? There's like this many people. There's, let's say there's 10 people. I want to do this, and they're all going towards it, right? At their own time, in their own home, in their own space, and then they run into something. Ah, I don't know how to do it. Boom. Now it's 9. And they keep on going, keep on going. Oh, okay. Oh, I found a YouTube video on how to do it. Okay. Oh no, you gotta buy this and this and this. No. And then 2 more people fall. So now
Mhm.
there's 7 people. And then they're still going through the journey, still putting through. And then they get the equipment, they found the YouTube channel. Now they get their hands on it. They can't figure it out, they get discouraged. Boom, there goes 3 people. Now there's
Mhm.
4 people left. And then, you know what I mean? Hasta que one of them hits it.
Mhm.
Who, how, quién sabe, but someone's gonna hit it, and it's not gonna be the ones that started. You
Yeah.
know what I mean? So they just get weeded out, just get discouraged. But at the same time, those people that have fallen off, there's no rule in life in the world that says that those same ones can't start again.
Mhm.
That's the that's that's the fucking kicker. That's the beautiful part of it.
Mhm.
You know what I mean?
Mhm.
You fell up, you fell down. Get back up again. Try again.
If you still have a niche or the intuition, your own intuition is telling you, get
Yeah,
up,
yeah,
try
yeah,
again. It's
yeah.
okay. Then do it.
Y ahí estoy yo, güey.
Mhm.
I estoy yo with the music. I estoy yo with shit in life.
Mhm.
Period. To where I'm like, no.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? Like, no, I'm gonna try to figure this shit out.
Mhm.
And for some fucking reason, le está diciendo a Ebe, like, I've been going to sleep and waking up with this fucking thought in my head, and I can't. It doesn't go away. So what does that mean? That I have to do it.
Mhm.
I have to at least try.
Mhm.
At least I could say I tried, right? That's the least I just want to go out, fail, pass, whatever, but I have to do it. I have to, because it's just bugging and bugging. But and I remember when I was learning how to drive, I was obsessed. I would
Mhm.
go to sleep and wake up thinking about driving. Yeah, man, I wanted to drive. It was, I would look forward to it.
Wow.
I would look forward to waking up in the morning and be like, me van a dejar? Or how am I going to get my hands on a wheel today? Yeah, man. But because I was so obsessed with, like, I wanted
Determined.
to do this. You know, when we had the van, I was intimidated, but I was more excited. I was more like, can I do this?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Que cuando me la soltaron, I was like, I got this.
Mm-hmm.
I got it. But because I wanted it. So those same things, those same feelings and thoughts, I keep on getting with certain shit,
Mm.
right? Because we're all so used to like being let down and disappointed and like, especially me, you know, the way I've told you, like with all my jobs and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
To a certain point, I'm like, man, fuck, this shit's whack, man.
Mm-hmm.
This shit is whack, especially the way it ends. The fuck, you know? No, I'd rather take a chance, a calculated chance at that, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Because I have a family. But I'm like, at the same time, it's like, I hope people are watching me. That way they can see if I can do it, they can do it.
Mm-hmm.
Because some people might not have families, or some people might have families and be like, he had a family, I had a family, fuck it,
Mm-hmm.
you know. But it's this thing where it's like it's bigger than me.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Like I talk to Accurate and stuff, and then he tells me what he's going through, and I'm like, I want to do it for him too.
Mm.
I want to do it for, you know what I mean? Like for more than just me. I don't. The last thing I want is spotlight on me, which is kind of weird because
Yeah.
your name is on the fucking podcast title and the albums, and you know what I mean.
Mm-hmm.
But that's not why I put myself out there. I
Mm-hmm.
put myself out there so that I could be like, look, I'm just like you.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, es más, yo estoy más feo, güey. You know what I mean? Like, come on, man. Like you can do it. You
Mm.
know, let's put some more fucking positivity out there and shit like that. It's just the way I attack it is very, you know what I
Yeah.
mean? To where with you, you're like super, super positive.
Mm-hmm.
How do you stay so positive all the time?
Oh, that was a question?
Yeah.
I was like, I don't know. I just, I don't know. I just feel like, why am I going to waste being so pessimistic when I have the choice of being positive
Yeah.
in whatever situation?
Yeah.
Because I've been there. Even though I'm positive and everything, I've had my days, obviously. I've been through stuff too. I
Yeah, we all have.
but it's just the choice. Like, are you really gonna waste your time
Yeah.
and energy on living life being pessimistic
Yeah.
and I guess like doubtful
Yeah.
about yourself? Like all of these things, I should take my own advice too. So whenever I speak, it's like, oh, you're not,
No,
you know?
but you're human. That's the
Yeah,
thing.
and it's there's for me, it's like it's not worth it. It's not worth the bad energy or the bad thoughts
Yeah.
and the
Yeah.
maybe I always find like a good side um over any situation.
Yeah, because I was gonna say that's super admirable. Like you're. I think. Excuse me.
Se vomitó.
Uh,
Ew.
huele a. Actually,
Guácala.
that's super admirable because I think, and I know we had talked about this before, but like, I really don't know Gabriel that way. Like, even though he's my brother,
Mhm.
but just like I see from the outside looking in, I think you're the most positive out of the three of us.
Mm.
You know what I mean?
Mhm.
Like you're, but I know at the same time you like we all deal with shit.
Mhm.
It's just like you're the most positive. It's like, yeah, then stop. You know what I mean?
It's annoying. Stop.
Like stop.
Well, I've been told once a long time ago
Yeah.
at work, like, why are you always so positive? Why? I always see you like this and that. And I was like, really?
Yeah.
Because I feel like I show more when I'm mad. Like, whenever you see me mad or like stressed or anything, it's like, are you okay?
Yeah.
I don't think I could fake it.
I think that when you are going through something, there's no light, medium, hard. It's just hard. You know what I mean? It's just like, okay, you're dealing with it. You know what I mean? But I think it's because you're the whole time it's like it's okay, it's okay, it's
Yeah.
okay, it's
And I
okay.
think that's why I'm just like, um like storing it like
Yeah.
it's okay. But then this whole past year being by myself, it's like it's okay, you know, like I'm used to living by myself and like dancing in my living room
Mm-hmm.
or just singing
Mm-hmm.
out loud or cry out loud
Mm-hmm.
or just like meditate or
Mm-hmm.
yoga or anything that
Mm-hmm.
it feels good to just let it out,
Yeah.
you know, instead of just storing it and storing it and storing, even though I still think I need to go to therapy.
Yeah. Fuck, man.
Cuz I really think I should.
Yeah. No, I
But
agree.
it's just, I even told my friend, I was like, it's not that I don't want to, it's just the whole build up to start. You know what I mean? It's like,
Yeah.
I don't know, like what are they going to think of me? And I know I'm pretty sure that like all therapists have bumped into a me.
Oh yeah.
You know what I mean?
Oh yeah.
It's just the ugh,
It's me.
yeah, yeah, like it's actually me going
Yeah.
to therapy and talk and talk and talk cuz I could talk.
Yeah.
But it's just, I don't know.
No, it's digging
Yeah.
and then bringing that shit out. That's
And
the
then
part that
how
sucks.
to heal it. That's going to be the hard part, which I feel like in my own
I think
way.
you could though. I think you'd have a very not easy, but like I think you would do very well with dealing with it
Mhm.
once you dig all that stuff out.
Oh
Once the
yeah.
wording is done correctly,
Yeah.
once you speak to someone, that
Once
you
they say that
yeah,
thing or once it clicks, it's like, ah,
you need to be let known, right? And even though we're all family in here, like the one thing, and I think it's because I'm the same way,
mm,
is like the guard is up.
mhm,
You know what I mean? I'm not gonna tell you my idea. I'm not gonna tell you my thought because you're
mm,
gonna shit on it or
mm,
something. You know what I mean? Like that right away. That's what I feel you having. You know what I mean? Like you
mm,
don't completely open up, and maybe it's just with me, right?
mhm,
But that's what I feel. That right away, it's like, nah.
mm,
You know what I mean? To where I'm the same way. I don't open up to
mhm,
anyone. I have to like really, really, and even
mhm,
then I could count on my hand how many people I have really opened up to, right?
mhm,
But I think once you find that person, which in this case may be a therapist, right?
mhm,
That because it has to be a thought, right? I'm
mhm.
going to this person for help. And then they tell you, I'm not going to judge you, Diana, blah, 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 whatever my script says, you know what I mean? But like, you know what I mean? Then that opens you up, right?
Mhm.
Then the person tells you, well, um, when you say this or when you do this and this happens, right? That person is letting you know, like, there's no judgment here.
Yeah.
I'm here to help you. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
I'm here to help you. So now you're like this.
My
Once you
guard is
once
down.
you go like this, then the advice that the person is gonna be giving you, you're golden, man. You got it.
Yeah.
Because your wall, your defense, how do I say it? Like it's a defense, right?
Mhm.
But it's not como se dice? I've come across people with a taller wall and a thicker wall
Mm.
and a you know what I mean?
Mhm.
That has been growing and growing and growing
Mm.
and growing and growing to like, man, I don't think like it's gonna be tough for you just to let that guard down.
Mhm.
To where with you, I sense like all you need is for the person to let you know
Mm.
it's okay, and you know what I mean.
Mhm.
To where with other people, including myself, you know what I mean.
You're like, no, I'm not gonna
Yeah,
cry.
like nah,
No, I'm not
motherfucker.
gonna tell you.
Yeah, like oh, crying is a big thing. Like these past couple of years, that like I'm okay with now.
Mm.
You know what I mean? Cause I forgot what happened, but anyways, I've let myself know like it's okay.
Mhm.
Like nah, like for real, it's okay. And because I really analyzed being an overthinker, I really analyzed the feeling afterwards.
Mm.
Afterwards, I'm like, dude, this is the shit. You know?
Mhm.
I'm like, man, that's all I needed to do. and that whole like
Pent up.
pent up,
Yeah.
uh, it's not good.
Mhm.
A perfect example is we had Idris's ceremony,
Mhm.
right, for the end of the school year. We had Haley's ceremony, right,
Mm.
and then we had the boys' graduation.
Mm.
I cried at Idris's. I
Mm.
then I didn't cry as much at Haley's, but I was telling Diana, it's not that she doesn't mean that much to
Let.
me as Idris does.
Mhm.
It's that I let it out with Idris. See?
Oh, got it.
So I still, porque me dio emoción,
See.
right? It's almost like it's been, like, when was the last time you cried? Okay, well, all that shit's gonna get out.
Oh, got it.
Okay,
Yeah, yeah,
well, when
yeah.
was the last time you cried? Oh, I just cried like last week. Okay, so, you know what I mean?
Mhm.
So when the boys came, I just got choked up.
Yeah.
You know, sí me dio sentimiento and everything. Still, I think my eyes got watery, but I wasn't crying.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And but you just let it be. Once you
Mhm.
let it be, it's just like, just
Mhm.
let it go through.
Yeah.
Then it's like, oh, because I've dealt with that with like anger and
Mhm.
resentment and, like, all the shit with my parents, and like
Yeah.
all that shit is gone,
Yeah.
right? So it's like, well, what if I do it here? What if I do it there? What if I,
Mhm.
you know what I mean? So the whole crying thing is like, okay, whatever, you're gonna make me cry, okay, cool. But for me, it's the whole trust and what's your
Mm.
intentions. Are you a good therapist? Or are you a bad therapist?
Mhm.
Well, how long have it has? Because I heard something that, oh, okay, I think you're full of shit, dude. So
Yeah.
I start getting into my head and I start doubting. I don't care how many degrees
The
you have.
process.
Yeah, like,
Well, because that's the thing where a lot of people, like, they're paying for the therapist
exactly.
session, but they're not being true to themselves, and the therapist knows, but they're getting paid, so they're like, no, I want to help you,
Yeah,
but if this is what it's gonna take,
yeah,
then I'll stay.
yeah.
Like, they
Like,
they're
fuck it, I'm getting
set,
paid.
they're secured,
Yeah,
but are you doing the job? Are you getting your money's worth? You know what I
exactly.
mean?
Yeah, so
That's why I I would want to, like, even like the online ones, like, start like that.
whatever, dude.
But the good
Whatever
thing is
you
that
feel comfortable with.
the
You
thing
know what I
is
mean?
that they've said, like, there's an opportunity if you don't feel like the connection, or you don't feel like comfortable with the therapist, you could change it.
Yeah,
And I was like, oh shit. So that gives me more security too.
yeah,
Like, it's not just the ones, like, you're gonna get this one, you're gonna stay with it and make it work. You know
yeah.
what I mean?
1 year
It's like,
contract. A huevo.
yeah.
Yeah. Verizon.
So
Sponsored by Verizon.
no, but yeah, like, I keep saying it, especially because I am alone.
No, it's
I Because I mean, I know I could still open up to my friends, the few friends that I have over there, but it's the same thing. Like, our even like Gabriel, when he's like, "No, I don't want to burden. I don't want to
yeah,
this and that." And even then, I have opened up to some of them, and they, like, they're very, like, respectful and, like, open arms, and, like, you know what I mean? So
yeah,
I do feel comfortable
yeah,
with the people that I have over there. It's just I'm so used to spending like 24/7 with a friend
yeah,
that I don't have that anymore, and it's like, but then I do like my solitude in a way.
yeah,
But then there's a time where it's like, this is too much
yeah,
time by myself. What do I do?
yeah,
And then that's where it's like, what am I doing? This and that, and blah, blah, blah. But then I'm like, no, well, I could be doing videos. This feels good, blah, blah, blah. But then I don't know. It's just like,
then you start getting into your head and all that stuff. Yeah.
everything that I said right now is in my head, and it's like,
No, I could see it. Yeah,
it's like
I could see it.
everywhere.
Yeah,
You
no,
know what I
I
mean?
I get it, and como te digo, and we've always told you this, like, you can always reach out to us.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? And even if you like, like, Diana is good for the talks.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? If you call her and just like, Diana, I just need to talk. You've seen her. You know she doesn't like to talk on the phone. You know what I mean? But if you call her and tell her that, she's gonna answer. She's gonna make time or whatever. With me, you can do that, right? And you can also throw your stupid ideas at me, cause I'm like, hold on, give me a day. Like, what do you want to do?
Yeah.
And we'll figure it out. Or like, qué más, like, knowing, like, no nos pueda nosotros that you are alone over there, but like I told you before, this is all good because this is all experience. You're just gathering right now. You're
Mhm.
just gathering, right? And just to what you just said right now. Oh, I kind of did, but I kind of didn't. So now it's like this, but not that much.
Mhm.
And this is all good because you need that experience
Mhm.
for later on. Because later on, you're going to know what you like and what you don't like. Why? Because you've been through it. That's the best experience.
Yeah. And now it's like in my head it's just like just do it. You know, like just whatever you have in your head, like even just like wandering around, I'm like, I want to go to Europe. Just fucking get the days
Yeah.
and or what are you gonna do to not have that 9 to 5 anymore?
Yeah, man.
Or like in my head, there's so many ideas, and
Yeah.
it's like, you know what? I'm just gonna do it.
Yeah.
Still
Like,
having a backup, obviously, because I don't want to screw myself over.
no, no.
But now it's like, just take action. You have all of these ideas and all of these thoughts. Just take action.
Yeah. Write it down. Like I tell the kids, write it down.
Mm-hmm.
Write it down. The idea, write it down. Like, just make a plan, make a
Mm-hmm.
goal, right? Make a
Mm-hmm.
goal and don't compare yourself to other people
Mm-hmm.
because that just like it makes your plan crumble,
Mm-hmm.
right? That's where doubt comes in.
Yeah.
But make goals,
Mm-hmm.
you know, make goals, big or small, whatever it is, and then whatever, como te digo, whatever we can do to help. It doesn't matter if you're over there or over here. Just we can help,
Mm-hmm.
you know, whatever way. That's what I want the kids to come with
Yeah.
too.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? That's why I'm doing what I'm doing now. You know,
Yeah.
because it's not that I'm enabling them. I'm not looking at this negatively. I'm looking at this like we're bonding.
Yeah.
See, we're being there for each other. Idris is already
And you're
asking.
not putting them down to whatever
No,
their
their goals
ideas
are.
are.
Yeah,
Yeah. Uh-huh.
this is what I want. Okay, let's do it. Why?
Mm-hmm.
Because that's how I feel.
Mm.
And I don't know if it's post traumatic or not. I don't know if
Yeah.
it because I grew up like that I'm like constantly in my head being like, Roberto,
Yeah.
por favor, Roberto.
Mm-hmm.
You know, just stick with this shit. Why are you doing this other out of pocket shit? You
Mm-hmm.
know? But I'm like, because I don't want life to be like this anymore.
Mm-hmm.
I want this to be my life.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, well, you got to do this and you got to do that. Okay. Like, again, me and Ebbe were talking, I was telling him, like, look, man, I have this plan. It calls for me being all over the place, let alone, you know, me as an artist. But I told him, I'm okay with that because I
Mm-hmm.
really want to do this.
Mm.
I really want to do this. And for some other people, it might be overwhelming. Now, I don't have the experience,
Mm-hmm.
you know, but again, just the thought of it is like, I don't care. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I don't care. Like, I want to do this. Has to get done.
Mm-hmm.
This has to get done. Ya que pase, good things come out, cool. Didn't end up working out, okay, cool. But
Mm-hmm.
at least I can rest.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
And said you tried it.
And I learned that with, because it was always a thought, but I learned that with the Border Patrol.
Mm.
You know, that last time I was like, I think Ebed had told me, like, you just want to keep on going, just say you tried. And I was like, okay. So I just pushed and pushed and pushed and pushed. That's why the last time I was turned down, sí me agüité,
Mm-hmm.
but at the same time, I'm okay with it
Mm-hmm.
because I tried. You know what I mean? I really did try. You know, yeah, I fucked up and yeah, I did this and that, whatever. I can't change that,
Mm-hmm.
you know? But I'm okay with that part. I'm not hanging on to it. I don't wake up and go to sleep with it
Mm-hmm.
because I tried. It's behind me. I did the best that I could. Didn't end up working out. Okay, cool. Keep on going this way.
Mm.
You know what I mean? That's why, and I sound like a broken record, but like, that's why I hold the relationship that I have with me and Accurate, you know, our friendship very near and dear because we get it.
Mm-hmm.
There isn't a lot of talking. I mean, besides me, because I talk a lot when we get together, but sorry, Accurate. But like, we get it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? We understand,
Mm-hmm.
you know, the goal from like little. A
Yeah.
song, yeah, just a song. Hey, let's do a project. Okay, let's do a project. Hold on.
We could do something bigger.
Like, this is coming way too easy. It's just me. And he's like, nah, man,
Mm.
this shit is special, especially because he has more experience with more people. So
Mm.
he's like, mm-mm. And we're like, okay, let's do this shit. And like, yeah, let's do this. Like, okay,
Yeah.
cool. So that's like understood.
Mm-hmm.
So it's just like, I don't need a lot of people to get this shit going.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, I just need one person to tell me like,
with
keep,
the same energy and drive
yeah,
as you. That
yeah,
it's like, okay, let's support each other. Whatever ideas come up,
yeah,
and yeah.
yeah.
Mhm.
So it's just like keep it going, keep going, keep going, keep going, keep
Mhm.
going. Like, so that's what I want them to do.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? Like, Idris is already asking, can I be in Haley's videos?
Mm.
It's like, yes, you can. Like, I don't want, no, 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 get this, this. No, no, no. Have it all intertwined. Why? Because I want them to grow up with that.
Yeah.
Like, let me help you. And I'm
Mhm.
going to treat it like it's mine.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? Like, let me help you. And that's something that Ebbet taught me. You know what I
Mm.
mean? You got a flat tire, I got a flat tire. You know what I mean? Like, shit like
Mm.
that. Like, you need a car, I need a car. Like, and that's something that I didn't grow up with, that I yearned
Mhm.
for.
Yeah.
You know? And it's like, yes, like that. Okay, now I know what to do. Now I teach my kids that.
Mm.
You know what I mean? That's why I tell them, like, I'm eternally grateful. Like, you have no idea all the shit that you have taught me, man.
Mhm.
You know, even the things that he hasn't literally taught me, he's taught me.
Yeah.
So it's just like,
That you grasp.
yeah,
Grasp.
yeah. Everything happens for a fucking reason. I'm
Mhm.
telling you. I'm telling you. So, um,
Ya se
just,
acabó el episodio.
I know, right? Ya nos van a regañar. Nah, man, just keep going, and whatever it is, don't get down on yourself. I can't tell you to be hard on yourself because I am hard on myself.
Mm.
But like, just stick to it. You just start and finish something.
Yeah.
It's gonna give you peace of mind. I'm just telling you from experience. That's it. Like, start it and finish it.
Mhm.
Did it succeed? Did it fail? Did it do numbers? Whatever the hell, don't worry about it.
Mhm.
Just, if you have an idea, write it down from beginning to end and finish it.
Mhm.
Okay? And then you're done. Because there's, again, nobody says that you can look at that and say, you know what? I'm going to do that over.
Mhm.
But I'm going to tweak it.
Mm.
Now I'm going to do it like this.
Mhm.
And then again, and then, okay, that was good. But
Now I know how to do it like this, but
yeah,
what if I do it like
yeah, the
this?
example with Haley,
Yeah.
right? The example with Haley that I just gave earlier. I do that with music all the time. I do
Mhm.
that with a bunch of shit all the time. You
Mhm.
have to,
Yeah.
like, don't put anything on a pedestal.
Yeah.
Nothing. Nothing. Because that ruins everything for you.
Yeah. Because once you achieve it, it's like,
I
¿y ahora
can't,
qué?
I can't do that again.
Yeah.
The pressure you put on yourself, the all
Mhm.
this and that. Like, no, I did it. Okay, cool. Just keep your head
Mhm.
down and keep working. Boom, boom. Oh, you like that one? Okay, okay, okay. All right.
What was it? It's. I think it was a video, and it was like, set an idea, not a goal.
No way, al revés, no?
No,
Idea? Oh, no, no. I heard something
because
else
if you
where it was a
set
goal.
when you set a goal and you achieve it and you're there, and it's like, ¿y ahora qué?
Ah, man, I heard something else,
The other way around.
but it wasn't an idea.
Oh,
It was fuck, I forgot. But yeah, it's the
I think
same.
we're on the same page.
It's the same thing. It's the
Yeah.
same thing. You know what I mean? Like, don't disappoint yourself. Don't set yourself up to be
Yeah.
disappointed.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? Diana is Diana.
Mhm.
Nobody's ever gonna change that.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? There can never be another Diana.
Mhm.
You know, just like me, there can never be another me.
Mhm. Oh, but then I've heard the other thing. Like, there is another you. There, like,
Oh
this
yeah,
world is huge,
yeah, yeah, yeah.
and then that's where it could, like, you can be relatable to someone else, or there could be the
Yeah.
relatable thing. That's when people uh,
Yeah. They
go
re-
towards you.
but they relate, they
Yeah.
gravitate towards you. You know
Mhm.
what I mean? But literally
And see and see.
there is not another one of you though.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? Like, nobody
Mm.
is you. Now, people will gravitate towards you because they think like you,
Mhm.
that you guys have a lot of things alike. But
Common.
like with you, there's
Mhm.
no other you. No one has your voice.
Mm.
You know what I mean? As much as we trip out, like me and Ebbet, like, we are so alike,
Mhm.
we are not that alike either. Like, it's so crazy.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But that's what it is, because he is him
Mhm.
and I am me.
Mhm.
And we have a lot of similarities. But at the same time, what makes me me and him are those differences. You know what I mean? And that's the thing, is that we're all human at the end of the
Mhm.
day. And that's why you have to be in a certain stage. People have to be in your stage,
Mhm.
okay? Or before, to gravitate towards you.
Mhm.
See, or even after. But more than likely, that's how people grab. Because I'm going through what you're going through, or you just went through what I am gonna go through.
Mm.
Let me go to you. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because there's a bunch of people out there like us.
Mm-hmm. Or it's
You know?
like they are where I want to be. So
Yes.
how did they end up being there?
Yeah.
What can I do? And
Exactly.
then you just start.
Yeah. All we hear about are these YouTubers with millions and millions and millions of people
Mm-hmm.
with eyes on them. But that's the top of the top. What
Yeah.
about from the bottom, in
Yeah.
between the bottom and there?
Mm-hmm.
There's all these different levels there,
Mm-hmm.
you know? And that's what I say, like, I don't want to be up here,
Mm-hmm.
you know? I'm fine somewhere here,
Mm.
you know? As long as I get, my bills paid, everything, I'm cool and I'm happy. I don't need to be like super super rich. You know what I
Mm.
mean? Don't get me wrong, I'll welcome it, but I understand what it takes to get there too.
Yeah.
It takes a lot of work, it takes a lot of sacrifice, and I'm willing to do that now
Mm-hmm.
to get in.
Mm.
You know what I mean? Just to get in. But you there's more people out there than we think.
Yeah.
The thing is that we don't know where they are.
Mm-hmm.
See? They don't know where we are, but all it takes is them to find us.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And that's the crazy part, is that who knows how,
Mm-hmm.
you know? I've looked into it. Oh, you have to hashtag it. You have to do this. You
There's
have to
so
do that.
many things,
I'm
and
like,
they keep coming out with stuff.
yeah. It's like, I don't know. Like, like, I don't know how to
Yeah.
put myself out there. Like, I don't know how to find that one person,
Mm-hmm.
you know? But you just have to, like, let me start putting titles and descriptions on the videos and stuff instead of
Mm-hmm.
just the episode. Or I don't know. Fuck, man.
Yeah.
But I do know that once they find us, we are something to be gravitated towards,
Yeah.
because we're being honest.
Mm-hmm.
We're being open.
Yeah, and that's one of the things that I've kind of like even in my manifestation book. It's like
Yeah.
whatever I do, and whenever I do, I don't know what to call it. Like whenever I'm at the stage where I'm happy with myself with whatever I have and everything that I've wanted,
Yeah.
which I don't know what it is yet.
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't want to jeopardize my happiness.
No.
Like
No.
I want to be genuine in whatever I want to do and
Yes.
whatever I'm in
Yeah.
or doing, because if I'm not genuine and true to myself, then there's gonna be fuck
Yeah.
a fucked up thing
Yeah. There's gonna be
happening.
turmoil in your head.
Yeah.
No, I totally agree. That's why I say, like, I don't want to be rich. I want to be happy.
Mm-hmm.
Now, is there money involved? Yeah, sure, but it's
Yeah.
not everything. But
Mm-hmm.
yes, definitely, please, someone sponsor me.
In a in a way, somehow I kind of like when I was looking for a car, I kept saying to myself and to everyone, like, as long as I get by, as long as I get by. And you know how people say that words are spells?
Yeah,
I think I put that on myself
yeah,
because I kept saying whatever gets me by. I don't care what car it is. I don't care if it's
Yeah.
4 doors. I don't care if it's old. As long as it gets me by, I'm happy with it. And of course, I'm grateful for my car.
yeah,
But is it what I wanted?
exactly.
Technically, yes, because I spoke it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like I kept
Alright.
saying anything, 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 anything. I got that anything, and whatever kept me by, and it is keeping me by,
Yeah.
which I'm grateful for. But I set that for myself too.
No, I
That's
get
why
it.
whenever it comes to like, what do you want? I'm like, abundance,
Yeah,
because it's
because I've heard that, like, where people,
whatever is really and rich for me might not be rich for you.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
it all depends to
Yeah.
the person.
Yeah. I've heard the whole thing where, like, ask for stuff,
Yeah.
or ask for stuff, but be specific.
Yeah.
And it's like, for real, it's like, yeah, because you're gonna get
Whatever.
You're literally gonna get whatever.
Mm-hmm.
If that's just like what, like you said, whatever gets me by.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, all right, man, that's what you're asking for. Here you go.
It's like, you could get more, right? But this is
You're
what you're
saying
asking
whatever.
for.
Yeah, it's like, oh, fuck, man.
Yeah. And
So-
later on, I kind of caught up on that, and I was like, ah, shit, I need to be very intentional with whatever I say, because
Words are a
anything
motherfucker.
I say.
Yeah, words are, you manifest whatever you.
Last time I saved a video in TikTok that said, like words are spells.
Yeah.
And then another thing too, it's like week. Why is it called a week? Week means um débil.
Uh huh.
You know what I mean?
See.
So is the week gonna be weak? And
Oh.
then weekend, what does weekend mean? The end of something.
Yeah.
You know, like it was kind
The
of digging
weakness ends.
super
Yeah.
deep
Yeah.
into words, and I was like, oh my god,
Nah,
like
dude.
there's
And I'm on
oh,
both sides of that. Like I believe it, but I'm also like,
I'm not
no
gonna let it.
mames.
I'm not gonna
Yeah.
let it like
Yeah.
fuck up with my head because I could go there, but
Me too.
fuck that.
No, words are a motherfucker. Cause no, I mean, ever since I learned that word manifest,
Oof.
you know that, and I forgot where I heard manifest destiny. I've heard it somewhere. I was
Wasn't
like,
it a
what the
song
fuck
or
is that?
a movie?
Manifest destiny?
Yeah,
I don't know. But manifest is just like you talk shit into existence.
yeah,
Manifest destiny is you want to talk
yeah.
whatever you want into your life, right? Manifest it like whatever you want to be.
Whatever you want your destiny to be, you're
Yes,
manifesting it.
manifest it, and it's like I wait, and I remember that always sticking with me. I'm like, okay, I gotta remember words. Words are because sometimes I think, and it's crazy because me and Ebit were talking about this last time, and we're talking about words and shit, and I was like, man, I'm so scared of talking shit into existence, but like sometimes I'm like, man, these kids are gonna give me a fucking heart attack.
Yeah.
But I was telling him like I'm afraid of saying that out loud because as it is, I'm afraid of having the thought.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That's how careful I try to be with words,
Yeah.
especially as I get older, because it's like you got to be careful, man. You got to be careful, and we're not perfect or whatever, but I'm really scared of like
Mm.
when I'm like, man, and I'm like, hold on,
I don't mean that. I'm just very frustrated and
yeah, like
angry.
no, just
It's
delete,
just the
delete,
it's
delete.
just the mood.
Yeah, yeah. But all right, let's end.
Yeah.
I know. Let's end here with some questions, like some random questions I have for you.
For me?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
We'll do 5.
Okay.
Just the first thing that comes into your mind.
Okay.
I won't take it personal. I'm just
Caca.
Caca. Okay. Let me
I will take
see.
it personal. So what are you gonna ask?
Okay. What is your biggest fear?
Ooh. I think it's what mostly everyone says, like living either not with regret, but being unhappy where mm, when I should be at my highest.
Okay.
So
Like
unhappy life.
instead of being happy, you're unhappy.
Yeah.
Um, what really makes you angry?
Mm.
You're all nah.
No, I'm not that
Positive.
positive. I have
See,
no,
aha,
yeah.
I found the crack.
So don't do this to get me angry. No, I think mm, when I guess like disrespectful people
Mm,
gets me angry. Like I feel for whoever is taking it. You know what I mean?
yeah,
It's
no, I
like,
get it.
oh, if I were you, you know. But
Yeah.
then I can't always save people.
That's 2, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, 3. What motivates you to work hard?
My potential.
Nice. Uh, what is your favorite book to read?
Um,
A ver, se graduó la Bel Air. Sí,
Dr. Seuss.
sí, Bel Air.
No, I think the one book that keeps coming to mind is what was it? It was like my mom actually gave me this book, which is kind of I
Yeah.
don't know.
Cuando
Living
regreses ya no va a estar.
living every day as a Friday, something like that.
Oh, okay.
It does have like some religious stuff in there,
Mm.
but obviously I don't You know what I mean?
See.
I'm not that religious. I don't call myself like super Catholic or anything. I'm just consider myself very spiritual.
Yeah.
So like anything that has to do with like the universe and stuff, I believe in that. But yeah, like I remember reading that when I was a teenager,
Oh
and
wow.
that one really, really, like it lifted me a little
Yeah.
because I wasn't in a good place.
Yeah.
And without knowing, because I wouldn't talk to my mom, maybe that's why she gave it to me. And the title kind of
She's
gave it
like,
away.
toma, que no me
I
hablas.
was like, what is this? And I don't read as much. I wish I did, but I just wander a lot. My mind just
Yeah.
literally, whenever I'm reading, sometimes I just feel like my eyes are scanning. And
Same.
then I get to the last chapter and it's like, what did I read? Ugh, I don't want to
Oh,
read it all over
I
again.
hate that.
Quote unquote read, because I didn't really
I hate that,
get
dude.
anything. It's just,
Yeah.
yeah. Any self help books I really like.
Okay. Okay. And the last one. What makes you laugh the most? A
Mm.
ver, idiota. Contesta.
With his eye twitching, twitching. I don't know. I think like I don't know, because I
That's
could be thinking. I don't know. Well, the first thing that came to mind is like whenever que andas cotorreando con alguien, but that doesn't. I don't think that, because your question is what makes you laugh.
I
Your face.
I think I know what you're trying to say, but I want you to say it. Cuz I don't think it's one thing that makes you laugh.
No.
No. I think it's certain moments that make you laugh.
Yeah.
Like it has to be like a moment like something happened like,
Like whenever I don't know. It's this is such a simple question, but
yeah.
I'm like trying to fucking find the answer.
Yeah.
Um
Es que me dejé caer, pinches questions.
um something that makes you laugh. First thing that comes to mind. I don't know.
I think it's random stuff. Like random moments.
Random bonding moments, I
Yeah.
guess.
Yeah. Cuz like all the stuff that I've seen you like laugh at, they've all been different.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like when we were watching that Richard Pryor stand up at my dad's, we were cracking up.
Oh yeah.
We were like crying.
Yeah. No, the fucking movie that I always mention. With Will Ferrell.
Will
The
Ferrell?
Yeah, where he
Elf?
talks in Spanish.
Oh yeah. Yeah, see. La casa de mi padre.
La casa de mi padre. Dude.
Oh man, we saw that at the movie theater and
We were
hablaban
the only ones laughing.
me, you, and Diana. We were the only idiots laughing in the movie theater. But es que hablaba, we didn't know that they were gonna speak our Spanish.
I didn't know. I didn't know what the movie was about.
Yeah.
I just said yes because I wanted to hang out with you guys. So I was like, yeah, this is gonna be cool. I was like, oh, Will Ferrell, this is gonna be a good movie. Did not expect any of
Anything.
that movie.
Yeah, me either.
Anything.
I think that's what made it so funny.
Yeah.
Because we watched it years later, and it's not that funny.
No. I
We're
think it was the
all-
whole unexpected thing, at least for
Yes,
me.
Yes.
And then the fact that you were getting it, you were laughing, and then Diana was like, "It's not that funny.
Yeah.
Like, why are you guys still laughing?" And I was
Yeah.
like, "It's funny."
yeah. No, I think with you, there's not one thing that makes you laugh. It's just moments like, what did I say earlier? Oh yeah, the Richard Pryor stand up, right?
Oh yeah.
Todas las pendejadas.
I
que
think
está
the
diciendo
first
él.
time I saw it too,
Yeah.
that was the first time I saw it.
Yeah,
I
think
believe so.
I think so. And then the time that Diana pulled off your bandana.
Haley does not forget that, and she wasn't even
She
there.
wasn't even there, but she said she could hear us through the door.
Because the spring door was open.
Yeah, yeah, and
Oh
it's so dumb.
God.
But I think is it safe to say que las pendejadas te hacen reír?
So this podcast.
Yeah, I'm telling you, man. I'm telling you, fucking Diana hit it on the nose, man.
Really quick. So I was getting into like this whole bandana wearing because it was kind of
What are you
in,
gonna tell?
and then it was how long are? Oh wait, okay.
No, you're good.
Um,
No, keep pinche, no hay speed limit, güey.
we
Pero ahorita me dan el ticket.
oh my god, I was about to leave. I had my car, and then we were still talking outside. So we were just like talking and talking and talking. No, okay, bye. And then
We're on the sidewalk though.
we're on the sidewalk.
Yeah.
Sidewalk. And then Diana, like I said, I was wearing this bandana because it was kind of the new thing that I was trying out. I didn't know my bandana was kind of falling off because you can't really feel it as much until you're like, where is it? You
Yeah.
touch it and it's not where it's supposed to be. So it's like, ah, fuck.
Yeah.
But I didn't care. I was like, I have the bandana on. That's fine.
Yeah.
Whatever. And I had it on because I didn't do my hair.
But the wind,
The wind was kind of blowing.
it was a little breezy,
Oh
and it
my
was
God.
it made your bandana stand up. Like it, like for people it's kind of hard again. This is why I contemplate getting a camera now. But like for people that put a bandana over the forehead, but also over their head. You know what I mean? So paint that picture.
Yeah.
It's over your head, right?
Picture Aaliyah. Aaliyah used to wear a bandana.
But she used to also have it rolled up on her forehead nomás.
Oh.
So it's kind of hard.
Mm.
So just picture it's on her forehead, but it's also covering her hair. So it's
Yeah.
over her head. So she tucks in the little point on the back. Okay.
Mhm.
So the way she's facing us, the wind is blowing at her back. So the thing is standing up, right?
I didn't know this whole time.
And then go.
And then Diana out of nowhere, she's like, "Oh, your bandana is gonna fall," and then she didn't do much to it.
No, not at all.
She didn't even like tug it or anything.
Nothing.
She just touched it a little, and it just came off.
And we thought it was the most hilarious thing. And then all three of us were in slides or chanclas. So all you hear is quiet because we're
And then
laughing and just like shuffling. And
We
then,
couldn't stay in one place.
and then I nudged my sister with my elbow, and then she pushes me with the shoulder. So we start getting in this shove match. And then she pushed me to Diana too hard, and I was like, "Oh shit!" And then I pushed her like, "Sorry." And then she looked at me like, "Hey, fucker." So she pushed me hard. So we're doing this whole pushing back and forth. Oh, man. So that was like another 15 minutes.
And I couldn't speak, but then what I had in my head, I was like, my wig. Because as soon as that fell, there was like hair everywhere. I did not, when I say I did not brush my hair, I did not brush my hair. So there's like a nest underneath the bandana.
And then what made us laugh is that she hardly even tugged it. It came off. But then your face. Oh. That's what made it.
And then because they were laughing, I was laughing. Oh, it was so funny. We
Oh,
stood there
man.
for a while,
Yeah.
just laughing.
Oh man, and that right there, ladies and gentlemen, is las pendejadas that makes her laugh. Right there.
Literally. That was
Oh, man.
funny.
Okay, well, thank you, Diana, for coming down, and thank you for being on here again.
You're welcome.
Ay, way. And thank you guys for listening. Your social media. What's your?
Underscore DIANADEE for Instagram and TikTok.
Okay, again.
Underscore.
Espérate. Sorry.
At fucker. At underscore DIANAADEE.
Okay.
Diana D.
And that's on Instagram
And TikTok.
and TikTok. Okay.
TikTok.
And me, pues ya saben, les dejo en el pinche description, pero nunca me buscan. And
Los que me buscan me encuentran.
and, ops.
¿Para qué te digo que no? Sí, sí.
Si ya saben, ¿no? ¿Para qué Okay. You know how this shit goes. I'll be dropping this shit whenever the fuck I want to, okay? Bye.
Bye.